The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching Dolly Vision.
Dolly Vision's dreaming real. True crime scene blast feel so unreal. YouTube madness like share, subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world fire. Where's the baby missing shadows crawl? People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, king of beat. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shining, echoes in the night. Mark the truth while live on air light. Jumping up, Dolly Vision's dreaming real. True crime scene blast feel so unreal. YouTube madness like share, subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world fire. Where's the baby missing shadows crawl? People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, king of beat. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shining, echoes in the night. Mark the truth while live on air light.
YouTube, where's the baby? Where's the damn baby? It's Dolly and of course the lovely PJ back in the house tonight. And tonight we're talking Sebastian Rogers, Chris Proudfoot. Also, we're going to be talking about Karen Reed and her confessions, and also the Idaho 4 911 call. Is it real? Is it fake? You're going to find out here tonight on Dolly Vision. But first, leave your DNA where, PJ?
On the like button.
On the damn like button, people. Leave it on the like button. Just in case you go missing in them hills of Tennessee. And let me tell you, a lot of people be going missing in them hills of Tennessee. Yeah. A lot, right? I'm thinking about dropping PJ off in the hills, okay? Just kidding, just kidding. But anyway, if you're brand new here, make sure you sub up the channel, ring the bell for notifications so you know when we go live. And feel free, of course, to share my ugly face anywhere, giving nightmares worldwide. Now, let me give my warnings before we get all into this, okay? Dolly Vision's for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation, theories mixed with a little bit of comedy and a whole lot of chaos. So don't take nothing here as fact. It's just our opinion, people. The callers tonight, opinions are theirs and theirs alone, not to reflect on the PJ. She don't want to get sued. Everybody is innocent to proven guilty in a court of law, even the people we are talking about tonight. And the biggest one of them all, the biggest one. What is it, PJ?
Don't try to be PJ at home.
Don't try to be PJ at home. You can end up stabbing me, right? You can end up stabbing me. And you don't want to kill Dolly, so don't try to be PJ at home, okay? So anyway, as you see, the title says, Chris Proudfoot calls Dolly.
I can't believe we missed it.
Now, here's the crazy thing. Here is the crazy thing. So if you're watching, you're thinking, hey, Chris is calling Dolly. He's calling into the show tonight. That is not the case. But Chris did call me, right? Which I'm kind of surprised that he called Dolly, right?
I thought he hated your guts.
I thought he hated me since the Katie Come Clean days, right? Since the Katie Come Clean days. But it's been a little over a year, and I've been pretty neutral in the case. I give everybody a hard time. It's just a little bit of what I do up here on YouTube.
I mean, how did we miss it though? Because you clearly can tell. He says his name is Chris.
Now, Dolly is a self-proclaimed voice expert. Okay, so Thursday night, for you guys that don't know,
I thought this was Sunday.
Was it Sunday?
It was the latest one.
Yeah, today is Saturday. That was Thursday. Sunday's tomorrow.
You're right.
Yeah, I hope so.
I've been asleep for 24 hours.
Okay, so it was Thursday, and we do another show which is called Turtle Island. Okay, Turtle Island is on my other channel, Dolly Uncensored. Okay, and basically what it is we put 35 YouTube creators on the back of an imaginary turtle named Hector. Okay, and we vote them off one by one until there's one last person standing, and we crown them the Turtle Island champion. It's like, a little bit of a popularity contest. Who's your favorite YouTuber type theme? So apparently, we take a lot of calls on that show. And when you call in, you tell me who you are, where are you calling from, who you want to vote to kick or save, and the reason why. Okay. So, I'm taking calls, and I take an average of 104 calls a night on Turtle Island. So it's just, the phone's constantly ringing. It never stops. So I'm just taking call as pretty much as fast as I can. And usually when I answer the phone, I know who's calling in, like by their voice, because I'm pretty good with voices. So I get a call that calls in and says, "Hey, this is Chris from Tennessee, and I want to vote the Laurel Lodge off the island." Okay. And, apparently the Laurel Lodge has been going pretty hard.
He was talking
Kaylee
about
and
his
Chris.
freaking other member on one of
He
his
was talking
rants.
about his man parts. And here's the thing out here. If you're a dude and,
That's weird.
and you're talking about another man's pecker, you have some problems. Okay. You have some, and I've seen a lot of weirdo ass dudes out here doing these things, worried about some other man.
I seen someone talking about that and wanting to see you get pegged. It was the weirdest shit I ever seen in my
And
life.
here's the thing is like, as men, we ain't supposed to pocket watch. We ain't supposed to worry about some other man's 1202, right? But, the Laurel Lodge was trying to bait him onto his show.
That's probably not how you do it. You probably scared the shit out of him, dude.
Yeah, you probably thought he wanted to grab your man cheeks like the baby gap, right? Like the baby gap, coming for the cheeks. I'm coming for the cheeks. So, he had been trying to bait Chris and, anger him to where he would come up there and basically defend himself, right? And I guess it didn't work. So a lot of people that I guess don't like the Laurel Lodge was calling into the show.
Well, that was their strategy, I think.
To vote them off,
Yes.
right? So, on Turtle Island, it don't matter what. See, if we don't really like it, it's all channels. So it's open to everybody. It's open to people that support Chris and Katie. It's open to people that don't support Chris and Katie. It's open to people that support Seth. It's open to people that don't support Seth. Usually here, we don't like drama around our true crime, right? We don't put a whole lot of drama into it, or we don't let people call in and be disrespectful to other creators or voice their opinion on other creators here on this channel. But on that channel, we let you call in and say whatever the hell you want, no matter whose side of the fence you own. It don't matter. It's an even playing field. It's where people of all channels can come together and verge and speak their opinions of. If they like you, they can say they love you. If they hate you, they can say they hate you and say why they hate you. So I figured that the reason Chris called into the show was he's pretty pissed off at the Laurel Lodge. And here's the thing. We've been knowing for a while that Chris and Katie watch all the shows, right? They're always in, they're in there, they're watching. We heard Chris in the beginning say he had terabytes of recordings of YouTube creators that, have said things about him, blah, blah, blah. Jenny, thank you. It said, you want to read that?
Oh, Chris has a lot of problems in enjoying that squeeze I'm feeling.
Yeah, well, listen to this, just devil's advocate. I don't really like Chris Proudfoot, right? Because I don't like the whole put my hands on Sebastian. But we gotta open the gates real quick. After I ain't got my video share up. Let me share this video.
I can't sit here seriously with this.
You can't say
I can't. You're offensive to the people that believe in God with this one. I don't like it.
All right, now we have shared our screen. No, this is the Blessed Express. This is the music that plays when you get on the Blessed Express. Hey, when you riding with the best, you blessed. Okay, that's how it works. Thank you. So anyway, we're going to play this little video of Chris calling in to Turtle Island. Now, here's the thing. If I would have knew it was Chris, I would have asked him the tough questions. I would have definitely asked him the tough questions. Turtle Gang, thank you so much. Right there, look, Turtle Gang is riding the Blessed Express that PJ hates, okay? Everybody get on because PJ don't like the music. I'm playing. So, give me a second. We're going to play this video. And this is a video of Chris calling in. And, listen, I missed the call because I would have asked him.
He wouldn't have told you.
CP is friends with Cletus, in my opinion. Yes. And for, of course, Cluminati and Elevated Truth. And all of them are on our game, right? And they're all participating in the game, which is cool because we like to see everybody participate. It makes the game more fun when you take part in the game. Now, you don't have to take part in the game. We just vote you off and keep moving. But lately, everybody's been taking part in the game. And, of course, that is his crew, Elevated Truth, Cluminati, Cletus, Stephen Crabtree. So he calls into the show, right? So, but I didn't realize it was him. I don't know why he says this is Chris from Tennessee, and it's definitely him. And my biggest thing with Chris is him whipping that child. It's always been that.
I mean, it's because not your business, though.
As a man,
I've disagreed on that.
I don't believe it's right to put your hands on another person's kid when they have an active parent in the situation.
And the parents allowing it. So it's not really I agree that was not okay. And I don't believe in that. But if you put if we're together and you put your hands on my kid, I will handle that. Let you know real quick, don't do that. And that'll be it. But if I choose to allow that and you're an outsider saying, hey, you're a bad person, but I'm sitting here saying,
I ain't saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying I don't agree with it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put my hands on your kid. If your kid was doing something that was driving me crazy or something, she could get hurt or do something, I would go to you and say, hey, you need to do something.
There's a lot of parents that don't, like the female in the relationship doesn't do the discipline and they have the male do it in the household. I don't agree with it. It would never happen with us.
That's always been my biggest problem. Thank you, Army Mom. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
PJ Coffee Fun for putting up with Dolly. It's hard work. Let me tell you, it's hard to put up with me. Now, like I said, I've never agreed. Jenny, does not Chris have anything else to do? I mean, him being an adult, a missing child and all, he's sick and twisted with the YouTube games. Okay.
Just like Don Wells.
Just like Don Wells spent a lot of time on the internet, and so like I said, my biggest problem with him always is not like been a personal problem because I don't know Chris. It's just I disagree with those things because I'm a father, right? So my daughter's grown, she's 25, she's about to be 25 in just a few days. Matter of fact, in 8 days, she'll be 25 years old. How time flies, right? So, as a male, that's one of your biggest fears when you split up with your baby's mama, that she's going to get up with some guy that treats your child bad. Now, there's a lot of rumors of Seth, not Seth, but Chris treating Sebastian bad. Now, I've always been one to say, don't believe everything you hear on the internet. And lately, we've seen them put out some pictures of Sebastian where he looks happy. And
they put out fake stuff.
What do you mean fake stuff?
The fake freaking stuff that they tried to give to Nancy Grace.
That was Seth and his crew.
I mean, there's a lot of different freaking stuff being put out by both sides that is like, at this point, everything is chaotic.
Are you talking about what SF Investigates put out?
I'm talking about all of it. It's just to a point where everything is questionable for me.
Well, we're seeing them put out more on Sebastian, and and a video of Chris teaching him
Riding a
how to
bike.
ride a bike. Now, here's the thing. That, to me, is something Seth should have been taking responsibility doing.
Yeah.
So it looks like Chris did do some of the fatherly stuff with Sebastian.
I think that you're right on, like you're nailing it on the head. That the thing is, they're watching what's being said, and then they're reforming their strategy based on what is being said. So
Thank
he
you,
hears
CB.
someone say, "Hey, he's not shown that he's a part of this kid's life. He seems like he hates this kid." So he's like, "Here, let me go dig in my arsenal and put up something that'll show how I was, in fact, this kid's step parent and very present in his life," which is what we're seeing now.
Yeah, and he sounded happy that Sebastian could ride that bike. He sounded like,
He
like
sounded encouraging, like he sounded like a parent.
I had to
did.
agree with that. And I wasn't expecting that because, you know, me, I just thought this dude is the biggest piece of shit that could be, right? Like, you know, but maybe there was some good at some times, but still, it don't get past the fact that his wife is still my number one suspect. Okay. Please don't leave, PJ. I just wish they would shut the F up unless it was the truth. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. That, you know, it's my biggest suspect has always been Katie. I have no problem saying that. I just her behavior and things like that. Like, so when Chris called in, I didn't get a chance, you know, to ask him anything, or
He wouldn't have said nothing to you, I don't think.
I mean, he called in. Maybe he's ready to talk. Maybe Katie's ready to talk. You know, listen, they're more than welcome to come up here and speak with us. But here's the thing. They got to know that I'm going to ask tough questions. Nothing's really changed. The questions I have been the same from the beginning. Like, what did this kid accuse you of? Why is your behavior the way it is? These types of things. And now if they can answer these questions, they're more than welcome to come up here anytime. Now, my platform, I don't disrespect people. I didn't disrespect Seth. I didn't disrespect Don and Candace Wells when they came up here. I didn't disrespect Brandy. I don't disrespect any of these people, but I'm going to ask you questions that other people may be scared to ask
And
you.
that's why they won't never come up here. But that's why they're watching, because they want to see what we know or what we're saying is speculation, and they want to make sure to get ahead of it to make sure that we don't actually know the truth of what happened.
He did,
in my opinion.
He did say at some point that Katie would be ready to talk. Well, maybe Katie's ready to talk, and if Katie wants to talk, she's more than welcome to use this platform to talk. Now, I ain't saying I'm going to agree with what she's saying, but I will give her the opportunity to speak her mind. Okay. And the same thing with Chris. I'll give you the opportunity to speak your mind, but you got to know I'm not going to be easy on you. I ain't here to be people's friends, just like I wasn't here to be Seth's friend. I'm not here to be your friend, but there's questions out there. And if you want to clear up some of these questions and you want to answer some of them questions, you're more than welcome to come up here and speak, right? We know you watch. We know you damn watching Turtle Island, right? You're watching Turtle Island. So let's share the screen. Let's show you people what we're talking about.
This was crazy. I can't believe I missed that.
Why don't I have volume?
I don't know.
Okay, I had the volume down. Chris, I'm on the same page.
This is Chris,
what's up?
Tennessee.
What's up, Chris?
Kick off Laura Lodge just because.
Just because. All right, Chris,
knew what
I'm
to
on the
say.
same page as you. I will take your vote to kick Laurel Lodge just because.
Thank you.
Peace. He was
Thank you.
He
He's polite.
he was polite. What's up?
Tennessee.
What's up, Chris?
Kick off Laura Lodge just because.
Just because. All right, Chris, I'm on the same page as you. I will take your vote to kick Laurel Lodge just because.
Thank you.
Peace. Dolly. Okay. So there you see he called in. So he's definitely watching
Chris, Tennessee.
what is being said about him.
Well, but like Chat said, he's friends with Clue and Cletus and Truth.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they had a strategy going into the game, and they had set people they were trying to eliminate, and he knew what to say and how to say it and to turn you down in the background, which most people don't usually do.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's just simply because he's rooting on his friends.
Yeah, he said Chris from Tennessee.
He didn't hide who he was or nothing.
No, I'm surprised.
He didn't come on as Daffy Duck.
Yeah, he could have said that he was anybody. Dolly and PJ, you are my friends. Thank you, Nina. Thanks for being here with us. That is awesome of you. Yeah, like you would think, in the beginning, he didn't like being accused. He didn't like, these things. And most of the time, if he ever had anything to say, it was pretty negative about
Truth
me.
said, hold on now. I'm not friends with Chris.
Okay, hold on
My
now.
bad.
I'm not friend. Okay, well, maybe.
Don't pull your man card, sir.
No, don't pull the man card on us. Keep it in your wallet. Keep it in your wallet. Well, let's just say Clue and Cletus are friends with him, okay? So,
you do agree that was him, right?
That's definitely him.
I know. I just wanted to see what he had to say.
But I can't believe I missed it.
Yeah.
Right? I can't believe I missed it because I wanted to get at least fire off one shot. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to do that. He's slick. He's slick. He slid that one right on past me, right?
I know. I was tired. I was going on like 3 hours of sleep for 3 days. So
Yeah.
I know I was tired. That's my excuse.
And I take rapid fire calls. So it's like boom, boom, boom. I'm doing it so fast. And he slipped that one right under the radar out there. But here's the thing. If he does want to speak or Katie wants to speak, now is the time to do it. The case is getting cold. So any attention right now is good attention because less and less people are talking about it. And we heard them say they didn't want Sebastian forgotten or get cold. Now, I still suspect them, but I always tell people, shit, I might be wrong. What if they don't and this is just their behavior and this kid has ran away? It's important that we continue to share his picture, continue to tell his story because he could be out there somewhere. And if something did happen to him, it's even more reason to get out there and search. Now, my biggest problem with everybody, hi, PJ, Dolly and PJ, I've been sick for a month. Okay, we hope you're feeling better.
I've been sick for a day and I've been
you
asleep
definitely
for a
sound
day.
like him, but I mean, he can be a fan, Dolly. I mean, I know he was listening in the beginning. Everybody listens to Dolly. It's just one of those things. I don't mean they like me, but they're listening to see what kind of shit I talk. But I thought I've been fair across the board, honest about my opinion. That Katie is my number one suspect in this. I believe she may know more. But look, if I'm wrong, it wouldn't be the first time that I'm wrong. Right? There's questions that he ducked in the very beginning. I think it's time to let's clear some of those questions up.
And Beautiful Sunflower said, I think it's crazy that people think he doesn't have a right to join in the game. It's late at night, not like he can safely be out searching at 11 p.m. I agree with that. I mean, what's he supposed to be doing? It's just at home, just chilling. Trying to support his friends.
Yeah.
And not elevated truth.
And not elevated truth. He's like, yo, I'm distancing myself. But yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with Don and Candace Wells. For the longest time, I said, listen, I think something tragic happened to Summer Wells, and I believe they covered it up. Now, I went and sat in Don and Candace's house. I never changed what I said. I didn't kiss their ass. Did I change anything that I said? I said, listen, this is just my opinion. That's it. I have no proof that y'all have done anything wrong. None.
I sat in that at the table and said, it feels like you're carrying a heavy burden, Candace. It would probably make you feel better if you went ahead and told.
Yeah.
And she just looked right at me like.
But we gave them a chance to use our platform to share their message. Like, listen, we ain't got to agree with you, right? But we have questions. And I think after we met with Don and Candace Wells, we had a better understanding of who they were. Now, I still think they covered something up. I've never changed that. But we had a better understanding of who they are as people. They're humans.
Right. It helped me grasp that. Because at first, it was just kind of like on the attack. Like, they had to have done something. They had to be guilty of something. Because, the kid was with them and now she's gone. But once meeting them, it was kind of like, okay, well, they have a little bit of feeling. When I saw Candace cry for the first time, I was like, okay, yeah, she definitely has, like I said, a heavy burden she's carrying.
And we got to remember that these people are human, because when I came onto YouTube, I was watching this true crime stuff like it was a TV show.
Yes.
Like these people were just characters in a TV show to me. And then, I mean, you feel it in your heart when you see these stories up here. But when I was on Ben Hill Road, it hit me in a whole new level. It's so real. It's a different feeling. It's a different vibe than what you see on YouTube. You start to realize, hey, this ain't a TV show. This shit is real. These kids are missing. These families are going through it. If they're guilty or not guilty, they're getting ringed. Okay, like, so you get an understanding of these people. Are they good people? Now that's where it gets a little. Were they neglectful parents like that? You get to see it and you get to experience it firsthand. But the same thing, I never changed what I believed in any of these stories, and I'm not going to change now. I keep the same energy always. Now, could I be wrong?
But see, then there's times where you do end up having to change because you get more information and
Yeah,
you see
yeah, of
something that you
course,
said
of
or
course.
thought. And people get that confused and start calling. I've seen them call people flip-floppers when they do that. And
Well,
I'm like, that's not it.
As a human being, you have the right to change your mind or think something different or learn more information comes out, and then it changes your view on things, right? I mean, it happens. But I'm trying to think of cases where I've so much went back and forth. I've always felt the same about, especially the major cases that we cover. I've always felt the same, pretty much on all of it. As far as what Brandy Neal, I've always thought she's innocent. Don and Candace, I believe that they made a bad choice and covered up the thing. And I believe Katie knows more than what she's saying. There's so much I like to know about the Sebastian Rogers
all the
case.
new stuff get updated. New comments.
Okay, I'm getting to them.
We got new members.
Member. Thank you, Jesse.
Welcome.
I like to know a little bit about how their day went that day. She glosses over that whole day. Okay, she don't tell us how the bowling alley was, what her emotions were that day, what they were talking about, how their day went.
I always was asking, and I tried to get someone to ask him when he was up on a couple of different places as to whether or not that was their usual, like how they did all the stuff back to back to back to back to back. And it seemed like it was a lot for one day. And I don't think anybody ever has actually confirmed that for me.
Well, everybody seems to think it was his last meal, but if you look, there's pictures of them at Texas Roadhouse.
They seem to go out a lot.
Yeah, they like to eat. We knew that afterwards because everybody kept taking pictures.
Well,
yeah, we like to go to eat. I think everybody got to eat. Dolly got to eat. So I think there's a lot of things that ain't cleared up in this case that would be helpful if they continued to speak.
I want to know why there's people that say that he was last seen out by Beach High School, and that was on some posters at first.
Well, we got a little bit of information from that last interview that Chris and Katie did, to where when they, basically said, the information in the beginning was a little bit of misinformation about his condition, like where he was on the spectrum. Because, to be honest, when I could think of a better way to spend my day off packing for a new house and being here with you guys finally. Thank you, Slew. Thanks for being here with us, guys. And if we missed anything, or your super chats or anything, I'm sorry. We just sometimes Dolly get on a rant, right? I just get going and my mouth runs 100 miles an hour. I like to know more about that day.
Seth said once that it wasn't unusual for KP to do several fun things in the afternoon. So I mean, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
He wasn't overstimulated or having a last meal.
Yeah. I mean, it's just my biggest thing with her is always been her behavior. Maybe there's something we're missing in this. The reason she acts the way she does. I would like to hear her explain her behavior, right? Like she said, I went to stay with Chris because he was going back to work. But then we hear CP say he didn't even know if he had a job or not, right?
In the same sentence.
In the same, you know what I'm saying? It kind of contradicts itself. I would like more explanation on that. Like, why? Why would you leave? Like, I understand she said he could be anywhere. So, but I would like to know a little bit more. I'd like to know more about Sebastian. Believe it or not, we've been talking about this case for a year and we don't really know much about the boy. Okay? I mean, we've been talking about this.
Sorry.
We like even a little bit of video. If they have that little bit of video, they got tons of video probably on this child. I like to see some of the stuff, I think after this time of supporting this child for so long, I like to see him a little more in his behavior a little more, and just a lot of things need to be explained. And I don't really care who they explain it to, whatever channel they decide to go on to. But I think at this point, if they continue to be quiet and Seth's not doing nothing, right? It's really nothing going on. His whole team is kind of piped down a little bit. It's going to dry up. It's going to dry up, and then people are going to move on right to something else. And Sebastian will be lost in the sauce. And do they really want that? Out in the beginning, Seth was the one out front. Right now, who do we got out leading the charge for Sebastian? Nobody. So if they truly are innocent, they need to do some things to help bring some answers or rally the troops, right? There's really nobody rallying the troops. There's nobody out there leading the way for the things that need to be done. And are they the ones to do it? I don't know, right? I hope somebody does. I don't care who does it, long as it just don't fade away into nothing. Because the story, let's be honest, there hasn't been anything new since the beginning of the case. All this stuff we're seeing on video, that stuff, what the police had that stuff a year ago, right? So if it wasn't for the purity, this drama and the shit talking in this, Sebastian's case would have been
gone and dead already.
Gone and dead, yes. So at this point, somebody needs to come forward and keep talking to keep people's interest in the case. And I think that's important. Because I don't want to see them fade away and people forget about them. Look how many people in the beginning talked about Summer Wells. I mean, there was hundreds of channels. You go to click on a Summer Wells video. Check today, see if there's a new Summer Wells video out today.
There isn't.
Just check. This for the, usually it was every day. There was 10, 15 videos every day. Is there a video today on Summer Wells?
I got to put the search filters today.
And Summer had an army? No video.
Wait. Spirit Seeker Squad. Yes, there is.
Okay.
One
video. We went from hundreds of videos a day being made. Two?
3.
Oh, wait.
4. 5.
That Ernie Shell?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Ernie been on it since.
I see 5.
Okay, 5 videos. That's 5 videos on Summer Wells Day. That ain't bad. That's more than I honestly thought would be out there. Okay. Or is any of them decent sized channels though?
Spirit Seeker Squad has 10,000.
Okay, that's not bad.
Don B has 29,000.
Okay, Don B's been on it for a while too. Okay, all right. So a couple people out there still putting up the good fight for Summer Wells. That's more than I honestly thought would be up there.
Too. I'm surprised.
And you look at the Sebastian Rogers case in the beginning, shit, everybody was talking about it. Now it's slowly fading. So I don't want to see drama be the cause of it keeping going. I mean, if we could get some information more, share his life, share his story a little bit more, I think more people will cover it. Maybe not everybody that once did, right? Because most people up here worry about clicks and views, and there's things that bring bigger views now, and they're not so much worried about Sebastian. So it's time for parents to come forward. It's probably the best time now for Katie to talk because a lot of the heat is off, but it will give something for YouTube creators to talk about, because if they have nothing, what do we have to talk about? Okay. Nothing. Right. So we need these parents to be forthcoming. And if they're truthful about they don't have anything to do with Sebastian Rogers going missing, my tough question shouldn't be that tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be disrespectful, but I have these questions. And if you can answer these questions, like I said, you're more than welcome to come up here and speak. Now, we're going to go over a few things tonight. I just wanted to touch in on that. Do you want to take some calls on the Sebastian case?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that before we get into the Karen Reed stuff, because we got, all right, we're also going to be talking about the Karen Reed stuff.
I can't wait to go to that trial.
And we are going to be going to the Karen Reed trial. That is our next field trip, taking you guys with us to Canton, Massachusetts for the high profile Karen Reed trial. Now, for you guys that tuned in, what was it? Thursday night. Thursday night, I did a show, and it wasn't even on Karen Reed. But we had a major Karen Reed supporter call in, Turtle Boy's girlfriend, the Glare. Okay. Now,
He got so upset when you said he couldn't stand behind you.
right now, listen, I haven't smoked in what?
Since August.
Since August. But I smoked this dude's ass, right? I've clowned him like the biggest clown that drank red Kool-Aid that you can clown,
so
right?
good.
Like it was just, I rolled him up and puffed that away, like poop, right? And flicked the cigarette butt. That's how brutal it was. And, you know,
He
so
just kept asking you the same question over and over and over. Like, was he
drunk,
not
right?
listening?
Listen. A drunk person should never defend somebody that was drinking and driving.
Uh-uh.
Okay, you're drunk defending a person drinking and driving. Like, hey, you shouldn't do that, right? You probably shouldn't do that. And so
That was the part where he asked you if you should be drinking and driving.
he got clowned really bad. Okay, so tonight I'm a little more prepared to speak on the Karen Reed.
A lot of the ladies that watched were upset he disrespected me. He's a clown.
Yeah,
You can only be disrespected by somebody that you actually respect. I don't. It's not even that serious.
And
Like,
for
dude
anybody,
is a clown.
for anybody that don't know, me and this dude have been going back and forth since I started the YouTube channel. At one point, he was trying to sit on my lap, you know what I'm saying? And then I didn't allow it. And then he got bitter and mad. And so we've been kind of feuding, right? Which to me is just, I do it out of humor, right? Like, you know.
You were so lighthearted, and then at the switch for him to go from just like drunk to like, and you know what? I hate your guts.
But because see, to me, this is not, YouTube is not personal to me. Like I said, up here on these YouTube streets, I don't hate anybody, right? I don't hate anybody. I don't go to sleep with hate in my heart for anybody. These parents, none of them. I don't hate anybody. Now, I don't agree with everything you do, and I might not be your best bud, but I don't hate anybody. So I give everybody the opportunity. And I'm a pretty forgiving person. He said some pretty horrible things about me in the past.
Mhm.
And I never hold grudges, right? There's all kinds of people that shit talk me out here. If you think by shit talking me on the internet, you're going to get up under my skin and it's going to bother me and I'm going to shed a tear or something, that shit ain't happening, okay? I'm more of a happy, jokey, laugh about life kind of person. I laugh at myself, okay? I'm that dude. So whatever you say,
when he said he had all morning that he was going to talk to you all morning, I was done. I was like, oh Lord, he's going to sit there talking to you all day long. Like, y'all are best friends now.
Yeah, that stuff don't bother me. It don't bother me. It don't rattle my cage. That's why a lot of people try to go at PJ because they think she's easier to get to than me. PJ's pretty damn tough.
I'm not, and see, but that's where we're different, is that once I get to the level of, like, you've said some shit that's not fixable, which is the shit that he's done, in my opinion, I'm just going to put up the wall and you're not crossing it. Like, I don't have any hatred and I don't have any issue to where it's like in my mind ever, or like it bothers me. I just don't tolerate, and then you're gone. Like, you're not welcome anymore.
Yeah,
but
like when I get offline, I'm not thinking about these people. Like when he got offline, he was probably kicking shit.
It was mad.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
was punching air.
Yeah, he was air punching. He got a little mad. And the thing is, this is just because he basically got destroyed. I mean, he just got destroyed. Now, but
my favorite was when you asked him if the freaking, God, what did you ask him? And then he said something. He's like, no, I didn't know that. And you were like, have you been watching the case?
Yeah, you talk about it every day. I mean, it seems like he would know these things, right?
It was so good.
Like if you ask me something in a case I cover every day, like I cover a little bit of Sebastian Rogers, I know everything that's going on in the case. Right? I can tell you everything that's been said, every interview. I haven't missed any of it. Right? Karen Reed, I probably had 98% into, right? And I haven't been refreshing myself on it. Now you keep up with the Karen Reed
because
case
there's new stuff and there's drama, and I like drama. I don't like where I'm involved in the drama so much, but I like drama. I keep up with it, and there's a lot of drama because there's clearly two sides. And there is a bunch of he said, she said, and there's new documentaries. These people decided to go on freaking docuseries. And I don't know if they thought the case would be gone by now or what, but this new docuseries coming out on Karen Reed, she says a lot. It's crazy.
All right, well, let's open the phone lines before we get too off topic of the Sebastian.
Can you make sure my
Rogers
headset
case.
works?
Yes. Okay, the phone line is open. The call-in number is on the screen. Okay. Been catching PJ Daily. All right. You ready to take it?
You take it.
Dolly.
Dolly!
Yeah.
Mapsta!
What's up, Map?
Not much. I was just talking to Mrs. Mab, and you were talking about, being wrong. I thought I was wrong once, but later on I found out I was mistaken.
Oh.
About that.
Okay. What was you mistaken about?
Being wrong.
Oh, okay. So you're never wrong. I was mistaken. I can't never be wrong.
No, I'm wrong all the time.
Yeah, so Chris Proudfoot, he slipped a call in on me. I didn't recognize the
know.
voice.
And the Dolly detector was not on point that night.
No, not at all, man. I am a voice
That's the
expert.
last person I would expect to call, so it would be just so unexpected.
Yeah,
But
unexpected.
he totally sounded like himself, though.
Yeah, he didn't try to
He said
change.
he was himself.
Yeah, he said Chris from Tennessee. Didn't try to change his voice or nothing. He said there'd come a time where Katie would talk. I wonder if we're at the time now where Katie will start talking a little bit.
I don't think so.
You don't
I
think
don't
so?
either.
No, I think there was an accident, and they covered it up, and they're never going to talk about it.
You think it's a Don and Candace Wells situation? I mean, I always
Yes,
refer to it as Summer Wells 2.0, but I don't know about the accident. I just feel like Katie would have called the police if it was an accident.
No, she called Chris first. And the accident might have been an OD accidental,
I mean, Seth believed that in the very beginning.
Or he could have got out of hand and she accidentally hit him in the wrong part of the head. He had that soft spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you hear Seth, he says that Katie can go from 0 to 100. And I mean, I think that's all women though, right? All women can go from 0 to 100. Like it's like a flip of a switch.
All women aren't military trained to kill though either.
Yeah, but military trained to kill. Listen, I got a bunch of friends in the Navy and they all pussies. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't fight their way off a wet bag. Right? Like,
you act like she's some like trained assassin.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't a Navy SEAL. Like, she wasn't jumping out like fucking John Rambo.
She looks like somebody that could flip.
Yeah, I mean,
especially when you got an autistic kid,
she's not a small woman. She's not a small woman, and it don't take much to kill somebody, believe it or not, from a strike.
Especially when they have that condition. What was the condition where you hit him in the wrong part of the head? And
he had that the fluid on his brain.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he was originally diagnosed when he was young. It wasn't until he was a little older, till not long ago, that he was diagnosed with autism. Now, here's the thing. It always tripped me out about it is what Seth said. Seth said that, he wanted to open this place for autism. But at the time that he was talking all that stuff, he didn't even know his son had autism. The Rogers homestead, he didn't even know at the time that.
Oh, is that nonprofit?
The nonprofit, yeah. And
that was Seth, right?
Yeah. And then recently after Sebastian went missing, he filed for it. So
refiled. He had already filed for it in California, and then he refiled for it.
Yeah, but at that point, like I said in the beginning, he didn't even know Sebastian had autism. But he wants to do all this stuff with kids with autism. He didn't know his kid had autism. I thought it was weird too. Like there's some weird things going on in all of it.
The things that give you pause is like trying to find a home to put them away.
And I wouldn't even question it if Seth wasn't involved with all these bad people. Like his whole crew is like bad, nuts. Right? Now I ain't saying Seth's bad. I'm just saying that his whole team around him are fucking leeches.
Nuts.
Right?
Yeah, I mean it's all a money grab at that point.
Yeah, that's what I believe. That's what his team is about. Now I don't know far as Seth if that's what Seth's about, but I know his team ain't much of a team.
Yeah.
So
the thing that trying to find a home for him. I don't think Chris and Katie were done being parents of a child that had special needs. I think they were done with that lifestyle. and then we got the emails about we're going to try to find a home for him and that kind of thing. That kind of, my gut is telling me, there was a motive.
They put him out. Chris and Katie put those emails out. They gave them the clue to release them.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. They wanted it. They
because
wanted
everybody
to show that Seth was also involved in the conversation.
Yes, because everybody's praising Chris. Everybody's praising Seth and slaughtering them, and they were like, "Well, Seth's no different than us." I think that's what they were trying to show. Because listen, no matter if they hadn't put them emails out, the internet was going to shit on them anyway. Right.
Most people would.
So why not go ahead and put it out? Yeah, it's going to make you look bad, but it's also going to make Seth look bad too. And
I can see why they put it out.
In the beginning, you heard them say that they didn't want none of these GoFundMes. They didn't want people to think that they were in this for the money. And then instantly, 3 days in, there's a GoFundMe. That's where all the bad blood started. That's where all the bad blood started. The weird thing to me, Mab, is who talks about a GoFundMe in the first 3 days of a missing child? So they were having these financial conversations in the very beginning of the kid missing.
That's crazy. I would be nuts trying to find my kid. I wouldn't be thinking about a GoFundMe at all.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you know the kid ain't coming home if it's alleged he is a runaway, right? Like, how do you know? Like, unless you know what happened.
I mean, for somebody that lives check by check and day by day, I could see
I get it too. If I'm going to take off work and I ain't got no money,
like, and you're expecting yourself to be searching every day, all day. I mean, but in the first couple of days, I would think, hopefully, I'll find him today. Like,
yeah, but he raised a ton of money and didn't put they didn't put up none on the reward.
Yeah,
he didn't put none on the fucking billboards. He said
he had that truck that got 1 mile a gallon and spent $20,000 on gas.
That's what he said, but that's just on the. What about the Cash App money? I mean, everybody was.
None of that was in his name either. That's what made me feel like he was shady business, because none of it was in his name.
And that upset Chris and Katie, because then it seemed like possibility that this kid is missing over a money grab.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's where all this bad blood is coming from. And then the divide, soon as Seth surrounded himself with them people, and then Chris and Katie surrounded themselves with these people, it just became a full-blown war.
It got split right in half, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But, thinking as a parent, a whole year later, where do you look?
That's what I said.
Anywhere. The same places. Okay, yes, look at Baby Dane, right? The searchers had searched that water, the area that diver found him in. He said, well, they searched it, but I went back and searched it my way, and he found him. You go back to ground zero and you start over, and you don't quit. You don't give up.
The searchers in that case, and it's a fresh case, and about how far the water travels, and they just glanced over it and went about their business.
Okay, look at this. Let me say this. Searchers searched where Brian Laundrie was at. Didn't find
that
him.
whole thing. I
right.
You don't want to talk to me about
they didn't find him.
I don't think he's dead.
All the way to I can go through all kind of cases.
You think he's in Cuba, PJ?
I don't know where he is, but something's weird to me when the guy's missing. There's everybody looking for him in the exact area, and suddenly his parents get there. 5 minutes later, they're like, "Oh, there's his backpack," and then all of a sudden he's found. Nothing but his mandible is found. His family member's a dentist.
There should have been way more than that.
Okay, like I told PJ, I said, PJ, you're looking too far in the conspiracy. I said, you think he's walking around somewhere with his jaw missing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, who's to say that they didn't just confirm it and it's not actually? I don't trust nobody at this point. I've been lied to way too many times.
I don't think he's in Cuba missing a jaw. You know what I'm saying?
He's probably in Mexico having the time of his life.
With no jaw. Okay. He left his jaw there at the park. But what I'm saying, there's a lot of places that have been searched and they overlook kids, and then it gets searched again and people find something. You're
looking for bones.
Yes, absolutely. If you're looking in the woods.
Unless they hit him somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think that's
probably a 2% chance, maybe.
Yeah, if that. I don't truly think they hid this kid.
Yeah.
Either they covered something up, like you said, or this kid did get mad and run out that house. And
I hope he ran away and is living his best life somewhere.
I don't think a 15-year-old kid with no jacket and shoes on is living their best life somewhere. If he ran off, I think something still tragically happened to him.
I told you, like 20 comments back to back in the chat said they agree with me.
What about Brian Laundrie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there's the conspiracy crew in the chat. I don't
Brian Laundrie is alive and well.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But everybody has their opinion. I could be wrong. Like I said, I could be wrong in this case. I could be wrong in other cases. I mean, but usually I bat a pretty good high percentage rate of being right. Yeah. But that's why I always let people, hey, I could be wrong. Continue to share this boy's image. If he's out there, we need to keep him out there. If everybody thinks that Chris and Katie just killed the child, then nobody wants to look, right? Oh, he's dead. Why should I look? Because you could be wrong. You could absolutely be wrong.
You got to think too, when you're looking, private property, you can't search private property. And if you
if you can't,
you're probably on private property.
I search private property all the time. You just don't get caught. I done jump more fences than I can count. Okay. So it depends who's searching.
Dog.
Yeah.
That's the only hope now is cadaver dogs.
Yeah. I mean, just maybe luck, man. The weather changing, people being out in the woods and just praying for miracles. But giving up is not the answer, Mab. Giving up is not the answer. And I know people, they're praying for a miracle and that this kid is alive.
He's searching for Summer Wells.
Yeah, I haven't given up on that one. I haven't given up on searching for Summer Wells. And there's still people down there searching for Summer Wells, and that's still good to see. When I was out in the hollers, I seen people out there looking too, other YouTubers. It gets frustrating to me when YouTubers are doing more than the family is, and I don't even think the family, like, I don't believe Katie should have to be out there searching every day, but she could set up a search. She could set up prayer visuals. She could set up things too.
I like to use Brandy as my example for everything.
Done, I can tell you that.
Brandy posts about Michael every day.
I agree. All right, Mab, you be good. You stay safe, brother.
Bye, Mab.
Peace.
Bye, PJ.
All right, we got to cut them phone calls back down to about 5 minutes.
I told you need a timer. You get to talking.
I get to talking and then just go crazy. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, Dolly, I don't believe he went out in the cold barefooted. I don't think
nobody ever proved he had shoes on or he didn't have shoes on, though. That's another thing.
Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Who's this? Where you calling from?
This is Angela, Ohio. I just want to let y'all know that if you haven't seen it recently, Mob Crew's on there earlier was talking crap about
nobody cares.
Mob Crew was talking crap about me.
Who cares? Why bring attention to that?
If you watch it, you'll see he was talking crap about you. And
don't bother me.
It really. I unsubscribed from him because I'm like, this is like immature. So.
Well, I'm sure
he ran out of lights to talk about.
He ran out of lights to talk about. I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, he ran out of lights to look at.
I just don't like bringing attention to stuff like this, but who cares?
Okay, well, I'm sure he'll get over it.
I just want to let you know that's so immature. I mean,
I'm sure he'll get over it and make 72 more light videos.
Still.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.
All right, peace.
Okay, bye.
Okay, yeah, he ain't the only person talking about me. Get in line behind all the other people that don't like me, right?
Who even
what do I tell people?
I've never watched this
I'm
channel.
not up here to make friends on YouTube. So if you think Dolly is just going to be your buddy, and I'm not, okay, I'm not. Dolly. Hello.
Hello. You
there? Going once, going twice. Okay, here's my thing about the whole situation and all these people is I don't get up here and make shit up. Okay? I don't make things up. I don't have to. There's enough out there that you don't have to make stuff up.
Yeah.
Dolly. Hello. What the hell? Can you hear us? Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
Mama 59.
Hey,
You know
Mama.
what? I was just thinking about when he's talking about you, he's just letting somebody else rest, right?
Say what now?
I said when he's talking about you, he's just letting somebody else rest, right?
When he's talking about me?
Yeah.
He's giving someone else a break and not talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about free advertisement for me. That's the way I look at it. Because as soon as you say
That's
something bad about me,
that's what I-
soon as you say
Yeah.
something about me, then
People
the
come
viewers,
check it out.
yeah, people are going to come check it out. So
Free
I've learned that.
advertisement.
That's why when I got something mean to say, I usually don't say the channel's name. I just say something mean. You know what I'm saying? I know when I was talking about the dude with the monkey, everybody's going to go over there and say, I said this about you. All it does is bring people to your channel. You know, I've been in this
Right.
long enough to know that bad press is good press up here.
And the other night when that guy was saying that stuff about you, I got so mad, man. If I could have gotten to him, I would have hurt him.
Get in line. I mean, you would have to hurt half the internet. Like, I ain't the most loved person up here because I'm real and I tell the truth. People, like, a lot of people don't
Exactly
want to.
right. You are, and you've got such a good heart. And PJ, you're so much like me. You're so much like me.
You know, I just call it like I see it, and I'm honest. Like, my opinion is my honest opinion. Like, this ain't just some YouTube shit for me. If you ask me on the street, I'd tell you the same thing.
Exactly. And you know what about Sebastian? That poor kid. I just feel so sorry for him.
Plus, every time somebody gets voted off of Turtle Island, everybody
get
talks
big
about
mad.
me. They get mad. I don't know. I'm the enemy number one then. I didn't make people
It's
vote
pretend.
off, right?
It's a pretend island.
So, all right. Well, you be good.
I said, have a good night.
All
I
right.
just wanted to say that.
All right.
Bye.
Peace. Dolly. Did I hang up on him?
I don't think so.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Dolly. PJ.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
PJ.
Hey,
Hey.
Rose.
PJ, can I be transparent?
Not right now. Please don't. I've been sick. I've been asleep for 24 hours. I'm really not with it today, Rose. I'm sorry.
Wow. I'm so saddened.
Oh.
I've been trying to reach out to PJ and just no
PJ
I said
response.
no. I didn't want to discuss it right
PJ's
here, right
been-
now, in front of
PJ's
1,500 people. Please, Rose.
PJ's
Okay,
under the
got
weather.
you.
I've been sick.
Got
I'm
you.
sorry.
It's okay. I understand. Everything's cool. I just like being transparent, but you're right. And it's not the time and place. I'd like to say that I've been watching a lot of interesting shows. I follow, I have several people that I follow. They're not true crimers like you and Jimmy. But my opinion is that Katie, she looks around in her head a lot when she needs to speak. And the only times I see her cry, and this is my opinion, this is what I've observed. I watch things very carefully. And there are times I've seen tears run down her cheeks. We all have. Just very few. In my opinion, those are when her eyeballs are looking around in her head and remembering what happened. And she is sad that happened.
Maybe.
Whatever happened.
I don't know what.
I mean, we don't know what's going on in her brain.
Yeah, I
And
don't
we
know
know
what
she
she-
had a traumatic childhood.
That's why I wish she would speak more, Rose, just so we can understand her more. You don't have much to go off of. You know, you're basing your thoughts on what you see, and we're not seeing much of it, and she's not giving much, so we assume that she hides a lot.
Yes, that's exactly. We can only go by body language.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we are learning a lot. There's many channels that I like to watch about body language.
Me too. I think that's fascinating.
Cops, different people, they know how to read their suspects and shit. Now, I don't appreciate cops who put it on you and make you act funny, but you know, I love the blue, of course. You know, if I had an emergency, boom, 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 911, I'm calling my cop. But there are situations where I believe body language speaks a lot. And the interview that you showed the other night with Katie, when she was at a loss for words, her brain was tired by then looking for the words. She just got silent and looked over at Chris, you know? Remember that part of the interview?
Yeah, I mean, it was good to
And
see her
then
talk.
Chris,
That's the most
he,
I've seen her talk the whole time. You know, usually Chris
and
over controlling everything, and he's the
and
one
you
talking.
know what I felt was a little weird? I don't know if PJ's going to relate to this, but I don't care who relates to this. It was something for me. When she was asked, what would you do when he comes home? And something like that. She said, I'm going to, and I just want to smell him. I just want to smell him. When in other interviews, she talked about he had a funny smell, you know, the hormones, the teenager, ooh, that smell. Now she just wants to smell him. And to me, my first brain, the first dart that went through my brain when I heard that was like, that's something you do when someone dies. You just want to keep their shirt, their hoodie, something that smells like them. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, she was looking to the sky when she was talking about him too, like he was in heaven. I mean, a lot of people pointed that out. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to get in somebody's brain.
There's some really, well, of course, Jimmy. I mean, even as an individual, I go inside my own brain and I try to figure things out. And I'm thankful that I got to live as long as I have so far, because my whole life has taught me, you know, to think inside my brain and not be like a lamb or a sheep, or just follow the, you know, everybody else. And you have to be your own individual. You have to be your own master.
We're running out of time there, Rose. You be good. You stay safe.
I am always. I'm home and I'm safe and I'm watching your show. God bless you both.
All right.
I'm sorry if I got too deep.
You didn't. You're good. You're fine. Peace.
Later.
Yeah, PJ's been sick.
I have boundaries.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And like Rose, we enjoy talking to you, but PJ's been feeling under the weather the last 2 days. She's been in bed. So the calling her while she's asleep.
I've just been asleep.
You know, it gets a little much.
I have very,
you know, it gets a little much sometimes. It gets a little much. We love you to death. Okay. But if we ain't answering, you ain't got to call 100 times. Okay. You ain't got to call 100 times. There we go. All right. So let's open the phone lines back up. Let's take a few more calls on this Sebastian
I didn't mean to be rude. I just didn't want to discuss it in front of all those people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll discuss it. There you go. Okay, there you go. So, Dolly. Yes.
Katie from Tennessee.
Hey, Katie.
Not that Katie.
Not that Katie.
No, not Proudfoot.
Okay,
but I wanted to.
We got to ask now.
I wanted to call you back so bad on the Turtle Island and tell you that you just spoke to Chris Proudfoot. But I knew you were busy, and that was the craziest thing for me to hear.
It wouldn't have made a difference.
It wouldn't have made a difference because that show was about a certain thing. I wasn't going to stop the show and talk about Chris and Katie.
Yeah, plus I don't think he did anything if you asked him anything either.
That was the craziest thing to me. And he said it too. Chris from Tennessee. I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. I only know one Chris from Tennessee.
I told PJ, I said, everybody's saying Chris called. And PJ was like, no way. And I was like,
it was in your chat.
Yeah.
I went back and looked at it.
Was he under Chris Proudfoot in the chat?
No, they were saying he had called in the chat as he had finished calling. There was a couple of people that said that was Chris Proudfoot.
Yeah, I mean, I know that people were saying, and I was just thinking, okay, well, he does hang out with Clue and Cletus and all them, and they're there. So it makes sense. I mean, he has more. He can call in anytime he wants and vote. It's open to everybody.
But anyway, to poor Sebastian. I wouldn't say poor Sebastian, but I am so ready for this to be over. I'm so ready for that baby. I call him a baby.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for this baby to be
He's,
found.
he's a big baby, right? He's
regardless of how he's found, he deserves to be found, and there's closure. Everybody that loves him needs closure.
Yeah, and you know, I believe what happens in the dark always comes to light. So if they are responsible, it'll eventually come out that they are. If they ain't, it'll eventually come out that they're not. You know, it's it's a time thing. How much time we got to be patient. You know, in this, but it sucks. Being patient in a missing kid case really sucks because every day that goes by, the chances are that kid's not okay.
I'm going to be like you, Dolly. If it comes out that they did not do anything and they're innocent, I will come on your channel and I will publicly apologize to them.
Yeah. I mean,
but in my opinion, she knows more than what she's saying.
I know she knows more than what she's saying, right? There's more to the story. She's really vague. She's never really said much. She's never really went into detail about that day. She jumps so much stuff. Like she don't tell you about the day at BJ. She don't tell you about what happened at the bowling alley. She don't tell you about nothing at the restaurant. She just says those things and just keeps it moving. But she don't go into any detail on any part of any of it. So it's real vague.
When she looked to heaven in that video, it blew my mind. Now, I don't know if it was a nervous thing or she's just really, I don't know what's going through her head. She could have been nervous, and looked up or she knows something that, he is in heaven.
Or she,
I don't know.
Or she
I don't know
really thinks, or she thinks something happened to him and he's no longer with us. She may believe that in her mind. Like when you talk to Don Wells, he says the same thing. He says his daughter's in heaven.
He said it from the day one, yeah.
Yeah, his daughter's in heaven. Like he gave up hope, or he knows, right? A lot of people believe he knows.
He knows, just like Katie knows.
But he'll tell you quick, my daughter's in heaven. He had a vision, and the vision told him that something bad was going to happen this summer, and he told Candace, and that's what he told me. We sat right on the hill, standing on the top of the hill, and he was like, I had a vision that something bad was going to happen. He said, I warned Candace, I warned her, and next thing you know, bam, something bad happened this summer, like 3 days later, he said. Now,
I know one last thing. I don't want you to go through the trauma, but it would be like an awesome thing to me if you were the one that found Sebastian. Not that I would want you to go through the trauma of that, but just all the haters, hey, Dolly found Sebastian.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care who finds them, to be honest. As long as somebody finds them. I just don't want people to give up on them. Yeah. I know I can at least do that for them, try to keep people fighting for the kid. But if I found them, it'd be great. I mean, here's my thing. When I search for people to do it, I hope they're okay. In true crime, I always hope that I'm wrong. That's my biggest thing, because if I'm wrong, that means he's okay. Because I usually only cover things when something bad has happened. I don't usually cover good news. I only usually cover bad news. So if I'm wrong, that means that he's okay and he's fine, and that is great. So I like to be wrong in true crime, because if I'm wrong, then there ain't no foul play. He ain't hurt. He's alive. He's well, and that's the best that could happen. So but I live in reality.
I'm gonna let somebody else call. Love you, PJ. I love to watch your lives.
Thank you.
Caught a couple of them. So y'all be blessed, stay safe, and peace.
You too.
Peace.
Good night.
Of course, we would love for this boy to be with us.
Of course.
Right? Like if he was in a homeless encampment somewhere. Let me tell you, I do look for him. When I'm in the woods looking, I'm looking for remains. It sucks to say that, but it's the truth.
Like their statistics.
Yes. Dolly. Hello.
Hi, Dolly.
Hey.
Hey, this is Judy from Florida.
Hey, Judy.
Judy.
In my opinion, and this is just my opinion only, I think you've been asking about what he might have did that nobody would go find him. I think maybe he was showing himself to little girls.
Do you think that's what it was? It was something of that nature?
Yeah, I do. And that's why the whole family was really mad at him. I think he might have even showed himself to Faith. And that might have been why he wanted him out of that house.
I've always felt stuff like that, but I didn't want to voice it because I don't think it's really art.
We do know Chris said things like there. I could say some things where nobody would want to look for Sebastian. But listen, Sebastian has a mental disability. If he was, let's just say he did expose itself. Is that enough to not look for him? Though?
Well, that all adds up to what I believe happened because when he got diagnosed with autism, it was because he was hitting at that. He got diagnosed at 14. His behavior had changed enough to where they went to get him diagnosed for something. And then the stuff that Seth was saying in the beginning about how I think he had to step in front of it.
What if he was having man things going on at inappropriate times? Like,
I mean, it's possible.
You know, I mean, I don't know.
If it was little girls, a lot of people would be really shunned to go look for him because I had a little granddaughter and somebody showed their self to him.
I mean, a mentally challenged kid, though, it ain't like a normal person.
I still would be upset. I want to keep my kids away from him as far as
is that enough to make people not go search for a missing kid just because he had possibly done something like that?
You know what? I don't know, because if that was, like I said, I have a lot of granddaughters and I'm very protective over them.
Yeah.
And if somebody was doing some stuff like that, I'd want to keep my kids away from him as far as possible. I don't think I'd go search for him. And it sounds maybe terrible because he's got problems, but very protective over my girl.
Yeah, well, I mean, for Chris to say something like that and not, you know.
I think he handed it a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, we don't talk about it publicly, but between me and PJ, we kicked that around and thinking, well, what could he be talking about? What's so bad? And like I told him, even if he did that, a special needs kid, he may not understand what he's doing, and that's still no reason not to search.
That's
for
actually
him.
The only thing that made sense to me is that it had something related to the essay to do with his behavior, because we saw him in public on video. He asked
I asked somebody
if he had essay behavioral issues that they couldn't get under control.
Yeah, but I asked somebody behind the scenes. I asked somebody behind the scenes, and they said that's not the case.
His real father was
information that it was the case.
You know,
wasn't his real father walking around without any clothes on in front of him?
His real father said that he was showing his weenie to people and thinking it was normal.
Yeah, see?
I mean...
But if he did that to Faith, you don't think that Chris wouldn't fly off the handle?
Yes.
Well,
I'm sure he wouldn't like it.
No, I'm sure you wouldn't if it was your daughter.
No, my daughter's 25 and I wouldn't like it.
We're pretty protective over our little kids.
Yes.
Well, anyhow, that's what I thought. And I think, in my opinion, that Katie took him to a car, and I think that they took him. I agree with that one Reverend Donna. I think that they took him to a house, and I think they beat the crap out of him until they killed him.
Oh, Lord.
And I think it was
that's what Donna Reverend Serafina thinks?
Kind of, in so many words. She wouldn't tell who the people were, but I'll tell you who I think they were, in my opinion.
Well, you know, a lot of those camps, I'm sorry, I keep talking over top of you, but a lot of those boys' camps and stuff, which was alluded to in the beginning also, they do have that type of discipline, and they do have that, like, putting you down as low as you could possibly go until and there's been incidences where the poor kids have come up unalive just due to the disciplinary and
it's that whole break you down to build you back up theory.
But
but I don't think they took him to a boys thing. I think they killed him.
Wow.
In my opinion.
With
and
that,
I think it was Terry, Dan, and Chris. In my
behind that only because his mother raised him till he was 15.
15, yeah.
And I mean, we see
His mother probably brought him to the car to be disciplined, and they over disciplined him.
I mean, it's possible at this point. Anything's
Yeah.
possible. I ain't gonna say it's impossible.
Said,
But
okay, he needs to be disciplined for what he's did, and nobody's going to take him. We can't afford to put him anywhere. And
why then when they had a good day, right? If they had a good day, why discipline him that night?
She knew it. She knew he was going to be disciplined that night. That's why she kind of ignored him at the restaurant. You know,
that restaurant footage, I got completely opposite vibes of whatever else.
I didn't get bad vibes
because we saw like a 4-minute clip of that interaction, and if you watch me in 4 minutes at a restaurant with Dolly, I wouldn't talk to Dolly in the entire clip. I'd be looking at my phone.
She's stuck in her phone. Matter of fact, we went out to eat with her family, right? We went out to eat with her family. I was sitting there talking to her dad. We looked over.
I didn't feel good.
Her sister, her kid, all of them are glued into the phone. The only people that wasn't on their phone was me and her dad.
I know.
And we were sitting there having a normal conversation.
I know. It's time I make them all put their phones down. Before they come in,
I even said something to her about it in the restaurant. I was like, "Did you put your phone down?"
It's like it's glued. I can't see.
I know. We're very addicted, us women. I think we are. But anyhow, that's just my opinion. I just think that I think Donna's right. She's been right around a lot of cases, and I am not into psychics and stuff. But has been right about a lot of cases, and I think she's right. And I think that if somebody did that to one of my girls, I'd be pretty upset too. So it might have happened around Christmas time, because that's when everything started. Do you remember?
Yeah, well, we know whatever transpired happened before. If it's going on with them, it was happened the year before he went missing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But right before he went missing, but she was at that house then. If you think about it, she was at that house in December. So maybe it happened in December, December.
There was actually, you know what? I think you're on something, because Nina did say in her interview with Trevor that there was a point in time where she took out an emergency order that December.
Yep. So I think he was just because he was sexually, abused. I think that, he thinks nothing's wrong with it. His daddy used to walk around with no clothes on and thought there was wrong with that. So he probably in his little mind thought there was nothing wrong with that, or that it was funny.
Yeah.
This is funny. I'm just going to, and
well, if he was in the house with just his mom and stepdad walking around naked, that's no big deal, right?
I don't know.
I feel uncomfortable talking about this.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it changes nothing really to me.
I couldn't see through it. My husband threw a fit. I had all boys, and he says, "Hey, go in the other room. Go in the other room."
Yeah, I mean, you go to the gym. Most guys shower naked together. I mean, it's just
that's
a normal
true.
thing, And
but these are little kids. If it was your little,
I keep forgetting that there's points in time that Faith was there. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case.
Either I can't. I'm shouldn't even probably mention it because it's not. I don't know for sure either.
Yeah,
but it's what I think. It's like, okay, then the mother decided, that maybe he showed himself to somebody at school or something. Who knows?
That was a rumor.
Or was walking around and did it to her.
Happen.
And she says, now he's done it again. And the dad says, well, he needs to be disciplined. And they took him and they disciplined him, and discipline went too far.
Yeah, I mean, you could be right. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there.
And that Terry.
Why wouldn't they just say that though? If that was the case, when they put out the stuff about him putting him in home, why didn't they say he was having problems like that, and it could have been related to the SA stuff that happened to him? And
because that's
Definitely.
frowned upon to the public. That's not something you come out and tell everybody about unless
You're right,
and I
PJ.
think the
That's
reason that
something you
Seth
wouldn't
told
want.
it is
Yeah.
to get in front of the rumor coming out. I've always felt that way because to me it didn't make any sense. Why would you come up on a show with decent amount of viewers and just throw out the, oh, my kid was SA'd while he was in their custody, and like it didn't flow unless you're stepping out in front of it, possibly being told by someone else, and also saying it due to like, hey,
I mean,
this
I've
is
heard
why
Seth
he's like
say stuff
this.
about him taking his clothes off too, but I didn't think nothing of it
Yeah.
because
And
it's
he
a
said
boy
he
and a
was
man. And
having a dream, and it wasn't that he urinated. Like he said a
well, I
lot
mean,
of
he's
stuff
at
that
a,
was
he's
inappropriate.
he's at an age as a becoming a man.
Right. That's why I don't think
Yeah,
we
you're
should even
right.
really go this deep. Like this
Yeah,
is where
that's
I
a
just
little
feel
much. Okay, ma'am, you be good.
Okay. Well,
It's
thank
not
you
your-
very much.
it's
Let
not-
somebody else call in.
I
All
agree
right.
with a lot of
Bye-bye.
what you said. I'm
All right,
sorry.
peace.
I didn't mean
Bye.
to, like,
Yeah,
it's
it's hard to get into those things because we really don't know. We know,
Right.
I do know at that age, it's one of those
right.
times in a young man's life where certain things
But like
happen.
you as a parent, do you think there's reason for you to come up on, like, your kid's missing, it's a boy, you're gonna come up and talk about that kind of thing? Like he had a dream and it wasn't a wet dream, it was, that kind of dream.
Steph says things that are creepy a lot. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I truly don't know. I mean, only they know that, them types of things, right? But maybe he was just talking shit, and really there ain't nothing bad that Sebastian done, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he's angry. He's like, well, I'll say something,
Why are they looking to put him in disciplinary school or a boys'
maybe
school?
because he was back talking. I mean, when you get to be when you start to be a boy and you're growing into a man, it's like teenagers. They don't want to hear shit, right? He might have listened to him when he was 14, 13, but when he got 15, he was like, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. You ain't my daddy. Now, how many kids have told their step parent, you ain't my daddy?
That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? So it
That's
could be
very
something
true.
innocent, but it could be something bad too. We don't know. And this is where it goes when the Chris and Katie being more forthcoming and talking and being honest with people. But behind the scenes, I heard it wasn't nothing like that.
I heard it was.
Now, I'm not going to give my sources.
I'm not giving my source either.
But I asked my sources some things like that, and they said, no, it was nothing like that. And so I truly
don't think we'll ever know. I don't really think it's our business to know.
Yeah. Some of this stuff is personal. And if he is out there,
I would never want to come back to that.
Yeah, would you want to come back to that? Like people were talking about, Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
It's Rita from Dexter. How y'all doing?
Hey, Rita.
Hey, PJ. Oh my, I've been sick too, PJ. We had tornadoes, man. I was so scared last night. They were all around us.
Man.
My God. Friends and family from they took out a whole trailer park over there in Poplar Bluff. Killed 11 people in that park.
Wow. I seen people
we're
doing
only
videos
20 minutes.
on tornadoes, and I was like, what is everybody, the Weather Channel now? Like, why are these YouTubers talking about tornadoes? But I didn't pay it too much mind.
And Summer kept pulling up. She's my phone thief. She's my phone thief. She steals it all the time. She's pulling up the Doppler radar, and she's coming in here every 5 minutes. Mom, the storm's this. I'm like, quit telling me. I'm in the bedroom. We don't have a basement. So I'm in my bedroom. I told her to get in here with me. We're in here. I'm like, put something cheerful on. I was refusing to watch the weather. So we were watching those Aldi things, the new things that are coming in this month. So she's like, Mom, we got to watch the news. I said, no, we don't. You keep that off. And I sat in here and we bundled up together, and the winds were picking up. My house was shaking, but we were okay. It didn't hit us. I mean, it was just wind. The tornadoes didn't come here, but they went to all the neighboring cities. And St. Louis got hit hard. My brother's house destroyed. He had a $330,000 home. My brother lives in down there in St. Louis County, and his house is jacked up.
What?
He's okay though. He had a basement.
Had tornadoes, then an earthquake.
Wow.
What?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. I was freaking out. But I'm telling you, man. Pray for these tornado people. We lost a lot of people in the state of Missouri.
Wow.
A lot of people
Well, I
lost
didn't even
last
heard
night.
about it. I didn't
I
even heard
have.
about it. I heard
I
there was
shared it to you.
tornadoes, but I didn't hear none of the details.
I told you there was 110 people reported dead in Mississippi.
Wow, I must have
But,
skipped that. I was hanging that mirror in the
now,
bathroom.
now, our friends over in Arkansas, there was a town over there that the rubble, like the houses are demolished, and there was a horse. PJ, you would have cried, and then you
I
would
don't
have
want to
been
hear about it.
clapping. It lived. No, it lived. It was fine.
Oh.
They saved it. It was laying under a trough. They thought it was
No.
gone. This is on video. They pulled the trough up. The horse stood up. The horse was flying. Beautiful white horse. I'm like, I gotta tell people. So there's a video, and when I find it, PJ, I'm gonna send it to you so you can see them saving this horse.
Awesome.
I've got it on my YouTube. I'm like, she needs to see this because I know she loves animals.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
That
But
makes
no,
me
I
so
wanted to
sad
call
when
and tell
animals
you
are
all
stuck
about
in
these
natural
tornadoes.
disasters. It's like they can't
Yeah.
go anywhere and they don't like. I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people chained that dog up during the storm.
Oh my God, I hate
freedom. The dog freedom.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, man, that's a story for PJ to see, man. And that horse stood right. Beautiful white horse.
Aw.
So I was like, good. And I said, when they come on, I'm going to tell her about that horse because I knew y'all be on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to touch too much on the Sebastian in case y'all know what I think.
Yeah.
But I am going to let other people call in because I know everybody's got a different theory. And, you know, I'm trying to just listen to all the theories, but hopefully they find him, whether they've hit him somewhere or he's not with us. I'm just pray they find him, you know. And I just wanted to let you all know what was going on with these tornadoes. PJ, I'm going to get that video and I'm going to send it to your Facebook.
Awesome. Okay.
All right, hon. All right.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace. Okay. I mean, what are we going on? A year and a month now, almost?
Yeah.
Just we're about 6 days away from it being a year and a month. 13 months Sebastian Rogers missing.
Mm-hmm.
Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Yes.
I don't mean to be a bugaboo, but some of the conversation before this last caller was about some kind of essay and things like that. And could you please, you and PJ, help me to remember, wasn't there something that Chris said about if I told you really about Sebastian, nobody would really look for him?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. That's what we were discussing.
That's pretty pathetic, right?
I mean, it's not the best thing to say and not give no context to it, because then it makes people's mind go to the worst things.
About Sebastian.
Yeah.
About Sebastian.
Yeah, I wish.
And you know how
people's
minds work. Well, we're gonna and I'm proud of you and PJ that you say no victim shaming, but it was a form of victim shaming.
The ones that I got, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't exactly know what happened, and
no, but I'm saying for Chris to say that was a way of victim shaming, like.
Yeah, but I think it was in anger towards Seth saying things about him. It was out of anger. We know that. He said that out of anger because he was mad at Seth.
Well, Sebastian lived with Chris.
Shut his mouth. I will say something so bad that nobody will search for Sebastian. He said it out of anger, but I don't know what it is.
That's what I'm talking about. Chris lived with Sebastian much more than Seth did, right? I mean, he saw him one day or
7
day
years.
and a half.
Yeah, 7 years he lived with him for 7 years.
So Chris and Katie were, you know, in the front seat of Sebastian and his behavior. But what I'm trying to say is that's kind of ugly. He was a child, and, you know, maybe some bad things happened to him, sexually assaulting and so forth. And, you know, children who are born into that type of sexually alert environment, we're children, right? They are not equipped to handle it like how adults use that for love and pleasure, right? So to them, it's confusing, but it arouses them, and then the child kind of, especially if someone's not maybe like adept to the rules of society with boundaries sexually, right? A child maybe with autism and so forth, but you know, maybe Sebastian had some little habits and things that, because I remember even Seth on one of his interviews was talking about, you know, Sebastian, let's clean the sheets. You're a young man. These things are natural and they happen. Does anyone remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, why are they putting that child out there like that? Like, I mean,
I don't know. There's a lot of his personal things coming out, which I probably should be avoided, you know, and even in the beginning, you know, so I don't know. Seth is not, he's a little crude sometimes, a little rude. I don't think he gets it himself, that he comes off a little off-putting, I guess is a word.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I think Seth sometimes is on the spectrum. Me myself.
I do too. I actually do. And you know what? That's fine. That's perfectly okay. Quite frankly, I think I'm off the spectrum, but it's my own spectrum that I've defined that is normal and natural for me, you know? I just think that the way they brought out well, if you knew what Sebastian was doing, you wouldn't even look for him. I mean, that's just not the right thing to say about a child, you know? And if Katie was raised in an environment, and I get this, where there was inappropriate boundaries sexually, okay? And I only say this because I've heard you say that her mother has some kind of a, you know, lifelong shackle for some problems. And I think that's personally why Katie got with Seth at such a young age.
Well, that's inappropriate in itself too. I mean,
yeah, but I gotta tell you, girls who are raised in an environment that have inappropriate boundaries, okay, sexually, they become quite promiscuous and they look much more grown up at a younger age than a woman who has naturally matured into that aspect of life.
I agree. But we're out of time,
you know?
We're out of time.
I know.
Appreciate you calling in.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yes.
Don't forget, you got swag.
I got swag. All right.
And so does PJ.
All right, so does PJ. All right, Rose. Peace.
Later.
I used to work with this lady, and it's from a movie, but she would always walk by me and go, Jimmy got soul. Jimmy got soul, right? But yeah, we truly don't know what's going on in that home, or what Sebastian's truly bad behavior was. And it's a lot of people, since they were so vague on it. And I agree with Rose on this. He should have never said those things, but he said it out of anger. But once something comes out your mouth,
he said it out of anger.
Because he was mad at Seth when he said it. He said, if Seth says another thing, I'll say something so bad nobody will search for it. Okay. Did we?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, caller. Hold on.
Well, you can pick up and say hi, or not. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Go ahead. Read the chat.
Okay. So far, from the very beginning, you said this one. You said that one. CP's friends with Cletus. Love you, PJ and Dolly. Sweet Jones. PJ Coffee. Fun for putting up with Dolly. You read all these. Where's the last part? It's hard to. There's so much. Okay. Thank you for my sweatshirt and trinkets. Love, 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 love them, said Breezy.
Awesome.
Rosa from Jersey said Chris sounded kind of depressed on the call to Turtle Island. I think he just was short and sweet to the point.
He didn't want to give it away.
I don't think he wanted us to know who he was. Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't hiding it. Robin with an eye said, love you, Dolly, but I'm 100% with PJ and Bryan Laundry. Nina sent a super sticker and thank you for Saturday Night Live. Carrie said, but he was himself so that CA. I don't know what that says. So he was sexually assaulted himself so that CA. Also, Carrier said, breaks my heart. He didn't receive the treatment he needed for his SA. Happens a lot with boys. He should have had extensive treatment.
Yes, absolutely. It's probably hard. You know, some people don't realize, but it may be harder on a male than it is on a female. More
it's
shaming.
Like, right. Because it's like,
male.
For a female, you always think like, oh, helpless, poor girl. But for male, it's like, oh, he's male. So
and it happens to boys a lot.
Yes.
Okay. So people forget how hard it is when you become a man and your manhood has been stolen from you.
And then Miss Laura S said 11 months. Hi, everyone. Finally got some time off.
Okay. Awesome, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.
We're 5 away from the goal.
5 away from the goal. Okay.
What are you giving away now?
I was going to do a new shirt. Maybe some soap with it.
Okay.
Shirt, soap, maybe a little gift basket, a little care pack to give to somebody.
You're shipping it?
Yeah, I'm going to get you to ship it. Yeah. Of course I am.
I know.
Yeah, I'll put it on the list.
I know.
So, you know, the whole thing is this. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of speculation going on around the case. But that us speculating to personal things is not going to bring Sebastian home, right?
No.
So, like, I guess it's better to speculate of where he's at or where he could be at. But I understand people, they're looking for reasons why this child is gone, right? And there is a reason, no matter what happened, that he's gone. If he ran away, there's a reason why he ran away, okay? If off-putting, but stuff he admitted to are unforgivable too. His face hit my fist is a classic.
Mm-hmm.
The dream story, he ran away to escape all 3 parents.
You know what that's referring to, right?
Where he tripped and
fell on and landed on his hand.
Yeah, well, that's where apparently, you know, Sebastian ran to Katie and said that Seth hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, this goes into the do you believe that? You know, just like do you believe Chris whipped him on the buttocks one time?
Oh, an NGH star. They had a member for 6-month badge. I forgot to read. I didn't read all of those.
And I ain't even gonna say your name, but you know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with saying big balls? Basketballs are big.
Okay. That's just, you know, it's a little, some people in their names up here. Come on, everyone, 4 more.
Question is, who is putting this information out? Seth, exactly. That was my issue.
You know, because we know that all of them had the CPS called on them. Seth had the CPS.
Thank you, Joanne.
Chris had CPS called on him. And Sebastian, he was reaching out. He was letting people know what was going on, you know.
And then that's what made me so sad when he reached out to his teacher and then Chris came up there to confront him with his teacher. This kid had it. He had it bad ever since it seems like ever since he got hormones. It's like everything started going downhill for the poor kid. I just don't.
Well, you know, it could be the behavior. Like I said, when you get to a certain age, you start back talking. You start not listening. You don't clean your room. You know, he may not have been showering like he's supposed to. And
that's why they were saying that he was starting to have a mustache and have a little bit of
he's
BO.
not. Things are happening with his body, and he's not cleaning up after himself, and things like this. You know, I mean, all these things could be happening. It's a part of one going into manhood. Now, I ain't saying these things were happening. I'm just saying the possibility of things that could have been happening with him to make things change so abruptly. Like everything's fine 1 minute,
and then all of a sudden it's not.
And then all of a sudden it's not. So there's something that happened in that time period. And Chris and Katie and Seth, I'm sure, know what this is, but they're not really being, because it's probably pretty private. And maybe some private things that are going on instead of it just being a behavior. Because Chris said in the beginning, he has a problem with people's personal space. But they're not going to put you in a home because you have a problem with personal space.
No, but if the personal space has to do with exposing self or something to that nature, then I mean, I could see where you may not be able to get that under control. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. And I'm mad that we even know about it. Like, I don't think we should have ever been told those little tiny details about this poor boy. And
I think a lot of that came out with them fighting, and with the anger with them two, the parents going back and forth with each other. They were trying to one up each other.
Yeah, but there nothing like that came out from Katie and Chris's side. All of the bad stuff about the kid and his wet in the bed and dreams and his
bad stuff. Chris said that there was something so bad that nobody would search.
Yeah, but he didn't say nothing else.
He didn't say, but he alluded.
Did he say that, or did Seth repeat that he said it to him?
No, Chris said that.
Where did he say that?
It's in one of those. I've seen it. I know he said.
There's just been so much back and forth. Yeah. But I mean, with that, nobody actually gave actual details like Seth did, and I just didn't think it was necessary. I don't think we should know that stuff. And look, we got our go. Look at the confetti. Woo!
Oh, I don't see it on my screen.
Oh, you're missing the confetti.
We hit the goal.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Now you got to give something away.
Okay, you got a pen that I can write with?
I just gave you a pen the other day, right here.
Okay, give me a piece of paper.
You want me to freaking write it for you too?
Just give me one of them old cards.
I am. Hold on.
Okay. So how many people we got in the room? 1457. Okay, listen, we're going to do a giveaway, but what we're going to need first is you guys to like the video, okay? So we should have at least 1,400 likes on this video. So as soon as we hit 1,400, we're going to do this giveaway. All right, how many likes we got on the video?
And Mimi Tanya, just welcome to the murder crew.
How many likes we got on this video?
I don't know. Hold on, I'm getting to it.
Thank you, Peggy.
$9.50.
$9.50.
It's a Saturday night. We ain't even got 1,000 likes. I quit.
You quit?
I'm done.
Y'all give Lolo a like. She deserves a like. All right. So we'll hit it right at 1,400. I'm going to write down a number and I'm going to let you guys guess it, but we got to hit 1,400 first on the like.
We at least got to hit 1,000.
Yeah. Well, I said 1,400. That's 400 more.
All right. We got 1,000 already.
Okay. So let's hit the like, guys. And then when you hit the like, shout out where you're watching from, okay? Shout out where you're watching from. I'm going to write down a number on this piece of paper, and then we're going to do a giveaway real fast. Call me Doge. Publicly change attitude. KC keeping hate towards KP and her new marriage getting between them. He ran away. So you think he ran away?
Yeah, but where's he at then? If he ran away, like
he could have got hurt. He could have ran away
and nobody found him.
I mean, that's why I say it's so important to search and to continue to search even areas that been searched, because you could overlook something.
Yeah, I mean,
like remember the Hatfields and McCoys? Mm-hmm. They went and found that body out in the woods. The police and the canines had searched that area and didn't find that body, and then they went in there and found the body. That's why it's important not to give up and to continue to search, even if a place has been searched.
But that was early on.
It don't matter.
Same thing with the case with Baby Dane.
It don't really matter. If you pass away somewhere, most likely you're still going to be in that place, or at least pieces of you. So we got people from all over the country in here today.
I see that.
Right? So thank you guys. What's the like set?
I only see 1K stuff.
1K? What?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to do an awesome giveaway. Do you want to do one? Do you want to do two? We'll give away one of them hoodies.
I mean,
what do we got them hoodies in? Small?
Yeah, pretty much. Smalls.
Smalls?
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll do a t-shirt giveaway for anybody with some soap. And then we'll do a hoodie. But the hoodie, all we have in stock is small in these hoodies. They're those little zip-up girl hoodies.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Hard to find them, especially once Animal picks at it. That's true.
Yeah, they scatter bones and stuff like that. We know that. So, all right. So we got hard to find them, especially after animals pick at them. Yes. What's the likes at?
It only shows me 1K.
It only shows you 1K? All right. What should we make this easy to get? Or should we make it hard?
You pick a number usually. 1.6K. I just refreshed.
It's 1.6K?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's great. All right. Okay, look. What about that number?
Okay.
Okay. Can you slow the chat for a minute?
Yes.
We're going to slow the chat so we can catch the first person. All right, that's the first number. The second number for the hoodie giveaway.
Why are you doing them at the same time?
Why not?
It's going to take a minute to get that number.
I know, but the second number already be there.
Okay.
Okay. The first. Okay, are y'all ready out there? Y'all ready? This is how this is going to work. Let me explain this to you before anybody gets mad. When we do this giveaway, the chat's going to be moving fast. All right.
I put it on a minute slow mode.
Okay, great. That'll make it work a lot better.
That's why I did it, because I can't see it otherwise.
Let me take this banner down. And since there's 1,500 of you, what I want you to do in the chat, and it's the first time we see it, don't start putting numbers in chat. I knew they were going to do that.
They've been doing it.
If you do that, I'm disqualifying you.
Okay. I'm not looking at it until you say go.
Okay, well, we ain't looking at it till we say go anyway. So now you got to wait a minute to put your number back in.
Except for if you're a member on mod, they can chat. They don't get slow mode.
They didn't let me. They didn't let me say what the numbers were between.
I know.
Okay, we are picking a number between 1 and 300 for the Dolly T-shirt, Dolly soap, and what else can we throw in there? We'll throw something else in there. So for the T-shirt and the soap, you start now 1 from 300, and you see the number, right?
Yeah, I saw the number.
Okay. When we see it, we'll let you know. It's the first time we see it. All right, y'all go ahead.
Ooh, Kendra was close.
Don't tell nobody what.
But they're not going to get it for a good minute.
There's been some people close to it. It's moving so fast, I can't keep up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you keeping up too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, it's moving so fast though.
I'm holding it with my finger. I can see it.
Okay.
All of it.
Okay.
And nobody's gotten it.
Okay.
And then if you see that there's a number in here 1,500 times, it's probably not the right number. Just so you know, there's a clue.
Oh, somebody's so close.
Maybe you should just let them put it underneath the video in the chat.
What do you mean?
I see everybody picking numbers except for that one number. It's crazy to me. All the numbers around it except for that one.
I haven't seen it yet, but
No,
I've seen people super, super close to it. So close, but not there. It's moving so fast.
Give them a hint or something. Smaller number range.
Okay. We'll give a clue.
Because there's not. They're going around that number.
It's between 200 and 300.
Go.
Okay. I thought I just seen it. Right there. Tracy Freeman. 232 is your number. Okay. 232, Tracy Freeman. You need to send us an email at, what's the email? Best soap in the game at gmail.com. Best soap in the game at gmail.com. You just want a Dolly shirt. Let us know what size. You want some Dolly soap and whatever else I'll throw in there. Okay.
You throw in there.
Or PJ throws in there. Now, we're going to do a hoodie giveaway, which is a small. So if you don't wear a small, right, they run pretty small
It's
too,
small.
right?
No, they don't. They're just small.
They're just small. So this is a giveaway for people that wear smalls, girl hoodies, right? Small girl hoodies. So if you're a dude, or you can try to win it for your wife, it don't matter. If you, this is for a small girl's hoodie, all right? Now, don't stop saying numbers for a second. Let me catch up with everybody. This is for a small girl's hoodie. Let me look what I wrote the number down was. Do you see the number? Okay, we'll start it here. The number is between 100 and 200. Go. This is for the small girl's hoodie. I can't remember the number.
Deanna M got it.
Where's it at?
I mean, right here.
Deanna M.
Right there.
Okay. 156 was the number. Y'all can see it right there on the bottom. Y'all see that? 156. Deanna who?
M.
Deanna M. You won yourself a small Dolly hoodie. Now, all you got to do is...
Why are you licking me, dog?
Write best soap in the game. Put this is the Donna M. And Deanna. And let us know that you won the giveaway for the small girl's hoodie. Now, listen. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to write down another number. This number that I just wrote on this piece of paper, we're going to do another small hoodie giveaway. But that is going to be in the comment box down below when this video ends. So if you want to leave a comment now and guess a number, you can only guess one number though. Okay? And I'm going to give you all a clue. The number is between 200 and 400. Okay? Between 200 and 400. So y'all can guess a number in the comment box down below. And if y'all hit that number, we will contact you and give you a hoodie. It's a small hoodie, right? Girls, small hoodie. So that's for after the show. Now let's open the phone lines back up, or do you want to go into the Karen Reed stuff?
Open the phone line.
Okay, we'll take one more call or two on the Sebastian Rogers stuff, and then we're going to move on to the Karen Reed stuff. Okay. You never know. I might get Froggy to do another giveaway. I'll set another goal. Let's see.
No, you take it. I don't even have my headset on.
Dolly. Hello. Go on.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
This is Sam from Oklahoma.
Hey, Sam.
Hi. I was calling to say, I'm not sure who did it. I'm not sure that all three of them don't know something. But I've been watching you and PJ, and I just love you guys. But on Turtle Island, it is so much fun. And when Chris called in, I wish I had PJ's phone. I would have been texting her, "Hey, look, listen, this is here."
Yeah, I totally missed it. It went shoo.
Yeah, it slipped over my head. I was, because we take so many calls on that show, everything it moves so fast that
I was so tired that day. I don't even
but
know how
I even
stayed up
even
the whole
if
time.
I would have noticed it was him, I wouldn't have stopped and changed
No.
what we were doing.
I'm just glad. I know their kids missing, both sides. But you see Seth going to take, here in Oklahoma, vacation here. So why can't Chris play your fun game? He's at home or wherever.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't have a problem with anybody playing the game.
I know you don't, but I'm talking about everybody. I think it was great, but I still think he knows something.
mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And I think when I was married young, like Katie, and I think Seth hurt Katie some way, because if you look, she kind of cowers. And I think Chris talks for her because he's her backbone to Seth.
Mhm.
When I was young, I moved out and met a guy when I was 16. He was 22, and I didn't realize it until I watched y'all. I think I was, what do they call that? What do you call it, Dolly?
I don't know.
Where a man's too old for a woman, and and they're
Grooming her?
young. Yeah, I didn't know that until one of my kids told me that while we were watching you, and I was like, no way. But after I got tired of my ex-husband, like Seth, I had 2 kids. I had to go. But he was abusive to me, and so when I met my next husband, he was my bone to stand up to my ex with my kids, kind of like I see that with Seth.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think some way, somehow, Sebastian never left that house by himself or whatever. He was in the back of a car in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, he may have been lied. I don't know, but they all know. And why isn't Seth's mom talking anymore? She was out there screaming. She gone.
She never told what Sebastian told her either. Remember,
Right.
She said Sebastian told her
Yes.
something, but she never said something because she didn't want to cost Seth his career.
Exactly.
But
see, I talk like a canary. I'm a big mouth, so I'm telling everything.
yeah. And let me say this real quick. Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off. But everybody that's throwing numbers in the chat.
They're behind in the chat probably.
Oh,
it's still going to happen. Plus, they got confused because you said to put it in the comment section.
Yeah, the comment box after the video, not right now. Okay. But if we hit our next goal, we'll do another giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. PJ,
anyway, I'm just glad to call in and tell y'all I love you too. You're great. Oklahoma has all kinds of weather. Yesterday we had wildfires and 75-mile-an-hour wind.
Oh, wow. You said 75?
Oklahoma has 75 miles.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we had trucks blowed off the road, everything.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Oklahoma has every season there is.
I thought Virginia was bad, but we didn't have
earthquakes, tornadoes, everything.
Wow.
But yeah, so all my stuff is now in Kansas because it blew it all that way.
Oh, wow. I understood that. Man, that's scary.
Anyway, I'm just in it. When you don't smile, you're just sitting there and go, I know what you're thinking. I'm like, God, she's bored. I'm going to type in there. I see you, PJ.
I'm not bored. Everybody thinks I look mean, and I'm just kind of I'd been sick. I've been asleep for like 24 hours. I got home from work and went to sleep and didn't wake up till it was like 4:45 this afternoon. So I've been asleep since like 6 p.m. Friday till 4:45 this afternoon. And I still don't really feel 100%. So I'm just kind of sitting here. I'm not even thinking of anything right now. I'm not bored. It's just like my face doesn't chill ever.
Well, I like watching your lives in the morning.
Well, thank you. I always feel like I'm talking to myself.
Like I did the other night when the drunk guy got on. You told me about it, so I immediately, after you, I went over there. I was like, dang, I fell asleep.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
I bet. Yeah, I know. I was laughing at Dolly because she's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night.
You too. Well, thanks for calling.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. Okay. So do you want to pull up the 50 reasons Karen Reed
yes.
is guilty?
Yes.
Okay, let me shut this phone line for a few minutes. And PJ is going to read to you. We're going to go
thanks
over
to whoever posted this to Twitter, because this is very helpful. It's basically a list. And it's kind of hard for me to read even on my phone. But all right, here, I got it. So don't you want to, for people that don't know about Karen Reed, or
go over
just going to go right into it?
Who Karen Reed is? Okay.
Something.
Karen Reed is a drunk woman that ran over her boyfriend, which was a Boston police officer, John Okeefe. Okay. Allegedly, they went to a bar, had some drinks. They went to an after party. John Okeefe gets out the car. The state is alleging that Karen Reed backed that car into him and left him for dead. The defense is saying that John Okeefe went in the house, and police officers that were in the house that were friends with John Okeefe unalived him and threw him in the front yard. That's what they're alleging.
And the dog bit him.
The dog
everybody
bit him,
else is responsible except for Karen.
It's a long story, but for all you guys that have followed the case, these are the 50 reasons why Karen Reed is guilty. Now, I know some of y'all going to disagree with this, and listen, you're perfectly allowed to disagree. You're allowed to have your own opinion on this, but we're going to give you the 50 reasons. Stop, Dolly. I see red stop signs. What, Missy? That Karen Reed is allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, guilty.
Karen's staring at me, giving me the stink eye.
Okay.
This is a crazy face.
That's a crazy. She has got it. That is Karen Reed right there. Full effect. Okay. Did you take the slow-mo off?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they have 15 seconds because I mean it's still a little bit crazy. But,
okay.
Number one. Fragments of taillight embedded in J.O.'s clothing. Microfibers of the
microfiber pieces of taillight embedded in John Okeefe's clothing from Karen Reed's taillight is number one. Okay.
And micro makes it to where you're not just getting dusting pieces and holding it in your pocket for months and then sprinkling it onto his clothing later. Number two, Reed stated, I hit him. What if I hit him? To multiple people.
Okay, y'all heard that.
Number three, Reed was intoxicated but lied about it.
She admits in that new documentary she was drinking.
She admits she had 6.
Yeah.
I think she had 9, but
yeah.
Reed told people John was dead, hit by a plow at 5 a.m. before finding him dead, hit by motor vehicle suspicious. Reed admitted clipping J.O. in the TV interview. What if I clipped him?
What if I clipped him is what she said.
Reed admitted clipping. I just read
that. But
oh
wait, she also said she didn't remember what happened, and she said, "What if I clipped him?" So
yeah,
she don't.
And then she was victim blaming because she said, "What if I clipped him and in his drunken state, he couldn't get back up or something like that." Reed never considered John may be asleep on the Albert's couch waiting out the blizzard. Reed never considered texting Higgins to check on John while in a frenzy for no apparent reason.
There you go.
Because they knew he was at the party. He was at the gathering also, and she had his number because they were texting each other. John's phone never left the spot of his final location after being struck. Reed calls her parents at 1 a.m. less than a half from the time John's phone stopped moving. Reed tells her father she knew she had hit something. Dad, I think I struck something. Reed provides Turtle Boy with graphic autopsy photographs as propaganda in an attempt to support her fabricated story. Reed changed her story multiple times as evidence against her is released. John was desperately trying to end the relationship. Reed has never spoken with any of her and John's friends since the morning of. Ring video of John at John's house was deleted between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. Which is the time where she went up and said she was talking to she wanted to talk to the kids for last time she came over. She was at the house. She went upstairs the video. And was near the computer room. It's alleged. We don't know, but Reed encouraged Turtle Boy to attend kids' sporting events to intimidate witnesses. Reed texts, I'm in Mansfield. The kids are at home at 1:04 a.m. Reed leaves John's house. Taillight is clearly broken. Reed is seen heading in the direction of the accident to see if John is dead. Damage to the Lexus tailgate again. Reed collaborated with Turtle Boy and fed him information to push her propaganda. Reed feels the need to tell JM her taillight is broken while on the phone before the bumper tap with John's car in the driveway. So she told Jen McCabe that the taillight was broken before she backed up and tapped the traverse in the driveway. Reed wakes up John's niece at 4:30, who, mind you, has lost both parents. And I can't believe that. That is just like, wow. And these people that stand her, I'm sorry, I can't. She woke up John's niece at 4:30, asks, what if I hit him? Maybe I did something wrong. Reed and her daddy show up to John's house to collect the murder weapon in the blizzard. Reed states she wants to see the kids one last time, but spends her time upstairs in the area of the family computer. Reed states she will never see the children again.
That's true. That was weird.
And that she has to focus on the bad times. Which is like, why would you say that to the kids? Like, they've already had such a traumatic experience in life. I just can't imagine. Shards of Lexus outer taillight found near John's body. With John's life in question, one of the first things Reed tells Carrie is her taillight is broken. Reed has not spoken to John's family since the morning of. Reed claims she last saw John at Waterfall. There's no evidence to support John entering the house at 34 Fairview. Reed releases bits and pieces of evidence with social media influencers designed to fool the public. Reed's taillight is shown from CPD cruiser camera to be clearly broken at 8:22 in the morning. Reed feeds Turtle Boy the story about Colin throwing beer cans on the lawn. Data from the SUV indicates the car went in reverse at 24 miles an hour for 60 feet. This is what Doug Lehrer thought was just crazy evidence that she went that, and I didn't understand that. Like, have you not been watching the case?
Yeah, I mean, he was hammered drunk too.
I know, but that's a major part of the story is that she went 24 miles an hour for 60 feet. Like, wouldn't he know that?
Well, he had selective memory too.
Yeah. Okay, I forgot about that. So let's see. Reed encourages Turtle Boy to slander and harass the innocent witnesses. Reed's team claimed no corruption, and no exculpatory evidence found in the federal findings. Team Reed claimed John was attacked by a dog. Clothing contains no dog DNA. Abrasions on John's arm are not consistent with an animal attack. John's DNA is found on inner taillight housing. Reed tells her friend Erin O'Keefe they will never talk again, which is...
Well, my biggest thing is, he was out there scratching his head on the bumper, according to Baby Guy, right? You ain't never scratched your head on a bumper.
I got to go out there to see if I can find hair fibers on my bumper. Where is that? I just lost my place. Reed tells her friend Erin O'Keefe, which is Paul's sister, which is why that's what makes me the most mad. These people don't think that John's family and people that Karen was close friends with the entire time they were together, aka his brother's wife. These people don't think that these people know Karen enough to know whether or not she could have done it or didn't do it. Like, that's like if your sister, if something happened, God forbid it won't, but if something happened to you and if I was in question of doing it, you don't think your sister would be like, there's no way she did it. Like, if she knows me, she knows, I love you and I wouldn't do nothing like that. So they wouldn't be there like standing behind everyone saying that I did it. Let's just say it's like, you know what I mean? I think the people know her well enough to know either, she did it or she didn't do it. And I feel like if she didn't do it and she was a nice, kind person, that, there would be more in her defense. Yeah. Where are you going? Oh, okay. Where was I? Sorry. Let's see. John's DNA is found in her taillight housing. Reed tells her friend she won't see her ever again. Reed leaves a message with John at 12:59, claiming nobody knows where he was, even though she just left him where he was left. So either she was so wasted she didn't remember where she left him or where he was, or she's like literally trying to plan her alibi or her defense. It's weird. So then Reed tells Turtle Boy she never as much as put a pinky on Higgins. Reed texts, your kids are fucking alone at 1:02. Reed refuses to leave John's house when the relationship became toxic. Reed leaves John's house abruptly when family tries to understand what happened. Reed provides Turtle Boy with witnesses' addresses and helps drive a rolling rally designed to harass and intimidate them. Reed neglects to inform her fans the federal investigation ruled out as possible injuries of John's arm being caused by an animal. Also, she forgot to tell her fans, and following that the investigation was over, when it was said the investigation was over, she basically had the press conference outside, which it was just answering a question from a reporter, but she was like, I'll say it's over when I say it's over. Like, basically, she said, like, she wasn't informed of that, so therefore it can't be true.
Yeah.
And then she said that Hank the Tank was a liar.
And she said she hated John O'Keefe. Remember, she was telling him she hated him.
On the phone. Those
Yeah.
are the messages she left, which... It doesn't, and that was a big thing for me. She never left a message for him. Like, if it was me, which is how I always try to say things, like, what if it was me? I would be like, you left me outside. I sat out there for hours. What the hell? Where'd you go?
Mm-hmm.
Which I would never leave. I would go drag your ass out. But that's not, I'm not her. But it's like there was no messages coinciding to her story. If she sat out there waiting for him to come back out or for him to check to see if it was good for them to go in, why didn't she text him or message him or say anything anywhere about, like, hey, why the hell did you leave me out here?
Mm-hmm.
And then one last one. Reed states, did I incapacitate him unwittingly somehow, and then in his drunken state he passed out? That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot that points towards the guilt of Karen Reed. Now, I know there's some people in here that believe Karen Reed is innocent. Now, if you believe Karen Reed's innocent, trust me, we won't be mad at you. Just press 1 in the chat room. I just want to see how many people in here believe Karen Reed.
You should do a survey, because I think we were in Granny. I was in Granny's chat the other morning, and she did a survey, and 59% thinks she's guilty, and 49% thought that, or 41% thought she wasn't. And there was a decent amount of people in the chat.
He thinks she's not guilty, or he's messing with us.
Wait, did you say the? That's why the survey is a lot better.
I said 1 if you believe she is guilty, not guilty, not guilty.
That's why it's confusing, because
1 not guilty. If you think she's not guilty, press 1.
See, he put 2 because you're confusing.
1 not guilty. Just press 1 if you believe she's not guilty. Okay. Okay, we got a couple people right here that believe she's not guilty.
Tracy said, here we go with the freaking numbers again.
Yeah. There's
Every
a
time.
1. There's a 1. Okay. Jan believes she's not guilty. Addicted to art and crime believes she's not guilty.
I mean, there's a decent amount of people. I just don't think.
I mean, but there's way more that are saying
I know.
too.
I know.
You know, Mary believes she's not guilty. Now, I would have to say that a lot of stuff that, a lot of reasons people thought she wasn't guilty in the beginning is because of the big conspiracy of how long to die in the cold. But that's been proven to be done at 6 in the morning. And then, the ARCA evidence, which Alan Jackson paid them to say what he wanted said.
Mm-hmm. That's suspicious AF.
Right? Like, he paid them $23,000. Like, and I believe there is police corruption. So I understand
Two things can be right at the same time.
Yes.
There could be police corruption and she's guilty.
And she's guilty. Did the police do not the best job? Probably so. They probably didn't do the best investigation, but still all signs point to me, to Karen Reed and her behavior. It's just the same reason that people think Katie and Chris are responsible. There's no proof that they're responsible. It's their behavior that makes everybody think that they're guilty. Same thing with Karen Reed, but there's evidence against Karen Reed because there's the taillight pieces.
Mm-hmm.
There's her deleting the video at the house. There's things she said to the kids. There's so much that I think that leads me to believe that Karen Reed is guilty. Now, if she's found, not guilty in the trial, I can accept it.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I can accept it.
Because Casey Anthony was found not guilty technically.
But I believe a lot of these people that are involved in the Karen Reed cult, and that movement, is, I ain't saying it's a cult, but it's cultish. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's the word I guess I go for. Cultish is, it's the popular thing to believe Karen Reed's innocent. That's the popular opinion.
Sailhound says, PJ, can we vote on her being suspicious like every other person at that scene? I agree with that.
What?
They were all acting a little bit strange, and all of their stories are a little bit strange, but none of them were on trial except for her.
Yeah, she's on trial. And here's my thing, guys. This is for all the free Karen Reed people. That 85% of the time when you're retried, you're convicted. Right? 85%
Oh,
of the time.
and Hank the Tank is gonna bring it. Like he's literally he's tying in all the evidence between Turtle Boy and Karen Reed. And I wouldn't be surprised if your friend, the type shirt guy, got called in. It wouldn't surprise me, not even a little bit, because they're all at this point tampering with the case.
Yes. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, Dolly. I've been to Canton. I've been out there. Me and PJ are going to be out there in just a few weeks. Right. So, yeah, we'll be out there, but we're going to be out there in support of the Okeefe family, not in support of Karen Reed. Now, listen, we ain't got nothing against Karen Reed. Like, we don't know Karen Reed personally. But we want to be there to support John Okeefe, right? The fallen officer, because this is what it's about. It's about John Okeefe. It's not about Karen Reed. Now, all these people out there are booing the family and talking hateful about the family while they hold signs that say justice for John Okeefe, which is a slap in the face to the family. Okay. And we don't want no parts of that. Now, I don't think all these people out here that support Karen Reed are bad people. I think y'all have just been a little bit bamboozled, okay, believing this conspiracy. And listen, a lot of people believe PJ is a conspiracy person, okay? And she's a lot more conspiracy than I am. And she's more likely to believe a good conspiracy than I am personally, right? And I understand that some people are more acceptable to believe in these crazy conspiracies that all the cops are bad. But here's the thing. Karen Reed admits out of her own mouth that she was drinking and driving. And we all know why we don't drink and drive, because we could hurt ourselves or we could hurt other people. Tragic accidents can happen. Now, the reason it's murder and not manslaughter is because when you get behind the wheel drinking, there's no such thing as an accident. You should have known better than to get behind the wheel. Because some people say, oh, I think she's guilty of manslaughter. Well, no, because she was drinking. If she had been sober and got behind the wheel, then that would have been manslaughter. But drinking, there's no such thing as an accident. When you're drinking, that's just like doing it on purpose. Did she purposely do it? I think it was a tragic accident, but when you're drinking, you're at fault because you shouldn't have been behind the wheel. That's when it becomes second-degree murder. I think she was
mad he got out the car and thought she could convince him to come home with her because they'd been having problems and he wanted to still go party. And she gunned it and went backwards. And I don't necessarily think she intended to mow him down, but I think she just, it was a moment of rage.
Like, I don't have no reason to come up here and like I have a vendetta against Karen Reed. I don't. I absolutely don't. I come up here and I give you my honest opinions on things. And I just think that most of the evidence points to her, and all that Turtle Boy conspiracy stuff has pretty much been blown out the water. The ARCA stuff, the house long to die in the cold. And in the beginning, that was easy to believe because you didn't know. You didn't know what time the searches were made. But now people know what time the searches were made. So the whole conspiracy is blown out the water.
Those people still won't accept that.
They won't.
They won't accept it. So it's like no matter what, they're already just fully stuck on what they believe in. And now it's, her watch moved and the phone was with the husband. And so the husband actually texted, or it's no matter what, they move the goalpost to what they want it to be. That's why I would have never had the conversation you had with the person you had it with, because those types of people it's the my truth era people. When it's like, oh, that's my truth. It's like, you're not actually telling the truth. You're telling your perception or your side of the story, and it's not true.
And I believe Turtle Boy is a piece of crap, and he has been misleading people from the very beginning of this, all for profit and all for gain. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news that a lot of this is going to come out in this next trial that we're going to see. Now, like I said, I can accept the fact that they find Karen Reed innocent, but these same people that are out there right now, if she is found guilty, which 85% chance she will be. Now, if you're a betting person, 85% is pretty damn good odds, especially when you got Hank the Tank as the prosecutor, right?
He seems to be pretty good at his job.
He seems to be pretty good at what he does. Not like that last prosecutor. Now, I'm going to tell you now, that last prosecutor, he sucked terrible. Hank the Tank is the man, okay? I could tell you now, I would not want that man prosecuting me. I think I'm invisible. You're not invisible. Everything you guys say it matters here. Like we know some people are going to have a difference in opinion than us. That's perfectly fine. You're entitled to it. I don't hate you. I'm not mad at you. Nothing. I just don't believe the same things that you do. And I'll give you a chance to call in and discuss it with me in just a few minutes. You know, y'all seen me destroy Baby Gap. Okay. But I'm going to be a little bit nicer to you guys because me and Baby Gap, we go back a pretty good way. So I made it a point to clown him. Now, with you guys that believe she's innocent, I will just discuss it with you. I'm not going to get up here and joke you or pick on you or make you feel stupid, right? Because we can listen. If anything, we can agree to disagree on some things, right? We're always not going to see things exactly the same. Okay, because you know, and I see some of the points you guys make, and that's why I listen to what you have to say, because you never know. You could change my mind and make me go, oh, well, damn, Karen Reed is innocent. I doubt it. Okay, to be honest with you, I doubt that's going to happen, but you never know. I give you guys the opportunity to try. Okay. And if you keep an open mind and you listen to what we're telling you, and you take away this conspiracy out of it, the evidence points.
Leslie keeps asking, did she confess? She did not confess. She said
she confessed to drinking.
She was drinking, and she said, what if I hit him? I think I might have hit him. Oh my God, I think I hit him. Like it's
the confession title is because, you know, we discussed Thursday night, me and the Glare, that, you know, he was like, how do you know she was drinking? Well, she confessed to drinking. She says in this new one that she had 6 drinks.
Yep.
Okay, she had 6 drinks.
And this new one, I don't know if they thought that she would get retried, because this new documentary that's coming out, there's so much in this. I can't imagine. They're gonna have a hard time, because Hank the Tank can now subpoena all of these people that did this documentary and get all of their notes and all of their information they have from all the info from Karen. They got directly from Karen. And she says, I mean, there's clips from the show. They did like a couple of different drops, and just the little teasers are just
banging her upside the head. Yeah, I know. And like I said, it don't look good for Karen Reed this second time around. I'm just being honest with you. Don't get mad at me. Listen, for you Karen Reed supporters, don't get mad at me. I'm not the one trying this lady. I'm not the one that's going to convict this lady. I'm just the messenger. I just share these stories with you guys, cover these cases with you guys, give you my opinion on the case. You don't have to agree with me, but you don't have to hate me, okay? Because like I said, when the Glare was over here, I was like, look, y'all can pick on him a little bit, but don't be super rude to the dude, because, you know, that's how they treat me over there. They're really mean to me. They talk about my damn everything, from me having a heart attack to me being a grifter to me. Listen, and I think we're a better crew than that we're respectful to everybody, no matter what you may believe. If you disagree with us, we don't hate you. We're not trying to control your brain here, okay? We're trying to entertain your brain, give you things to think about, discuss. This is a discussion channel. If we all believe the same thing, imagine how boring that would be. What makes for good conversation is we have different opinions, and we get to share those opinions with each other, right? So if you don't agree with me, you don't have to. I'm not trying to force my beliefs onto you guys, right? Definitely not. You have the right to your opinion, and I'm not going to be mean to you. Y'all hear how I talk to him, and you think it's going to be the same way to you. It's not. That's because that dude has said really mean things, horrible things. His chat room has said horrible, mean things about me. So, because I don't have the same opinion. I never said nothing bad about any of them people, right? But yet they attack me like I'm the enemy. Like, listen, I ain't the police. I'm not the prosecutor.
What do you expect? They attacked John's mama.
I know. And that's what I'm saying is I don't want our chat, or I don't want our people to be the same as that, because I look at that like it's not good. And when I look at my room, I want to see good people, right?
Deanna, I
people.
interjected myself. I was expecting him to be even meaner. It wasn't even really that bad. I've got pretty thick skin. He didn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah. So my whole thing is we're not the bad people here, right? We just have I just have a different opinion in that, and I didn't want my people treating him the same way as his people treat me, because then we're no better than the people we're discussing stuff.
Yeah,
with,
I can't
right?
believe he said that he freaking thought it was okay for Turtle Boy to boo John's mama.
He
said he would stick up for you if you did it.
Well, I wouldn't boo John O'Keefe's mama. Matter of fact, I'm going out there to support John O'Keefe's mama, John O'Keefe, the person that this should be about supporting. I don't look at Karen Reed like she's a rock star, right?
I don't want her autograph. Sure.
I don't want her autograph.
I don't want to go to dinner with her.
I don't want to go to. Yeah,
they're selling raffle tickets to go to dinner with her, giving her money while she's wearing a $1,500 freaking pair of shoes.
Yeah,
I mean, that's crazy.
Like, why
go sell your shoes and your outfits to pay for the court? Like,
absolutely.
Come on.
Like, I can understand if you were struggling and like not wealthy. That bitch got a handbag that costs more money than I got.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't see the craze of it of people going, we love you, Karen. She don't feel the same way about you. I don't think. When I see her, she don't seem to care about anybody.
Mm-mm.
She don't care about John O'Keefe. If she does, she don't put that out there that she does. She don't come off as a brokenhearted woman or anything. And I don't really get it. Right. And I try to figure out why people act the way they do, why she has such a big audience for it. And I think they played this police corruption so good, right? Because we know there's police corruption all over the country, right? But it's to a level, right? There's some bad cops out there, but every cop ain't bad, right? Like when I was in Canton, the police were nice as could be to me, right? Their laws are so lenient. They got smoke shops on every damn corner. Everybody's mellow, chill, really good people. Like even the people I met that were pro Karen Reed, they were nice people. They were really good people. Even Tom, weirdo, with trying to give candy away. He didn't seem like a generally bad guy, right? Like they seem like good people.
Yeah, he seemed like he was nice. Like he was trying to talk to you.
Yeah,
nicely.
And they truly believe Karen's innocent. And I can understand that, right? I get it. Like, I don't hate you people. Like, I get y'all think she's innocent. But y'all believe that because y'all have been told half truths.
Yeah.
Right? Half truths, and you believe it, and you want to do the right thing, and you think you're being a good person by standing up for this woman. But in reality, the person you need to be standing beside is John O'Keefe and his family. And it's a slap in the face to that family for you to be holding justice for John O'Keefe sign while you're sitting there screaming free Karen Reed, the person that allegedly killed their son, brother, loved one, And John O'Keefe, the dude seemed like a really good person. I mean, he seemed like a really good person. We ain't talking some shitty police. We're talking a good cop. Now, I know they're not saying John O'Keefe's the bad cop, but if you're saying all cops were corrupt there, then you're saying John O'Keefe was corrupt too, right? You're saying he was a bad cop. If all the cops are there are bad, what is he, the only good cop, right? And that dude was damn near next to a saint, right? Like, the only thing he's guilty of is not wanting to be in a bad relationship with a crazy woman. Okay, now, ladies, I love you guys to death. But most of y'all know some of you are crazy, okay?
Most of us can be crazy.
Can be crazy at times, right? No dude is perfect. I ain't saying that. But women, y'all should know, y'all can be a little crazy at times, right? A little tiny bit crazy. So, it's one of those things that we're going to go out there. We're not going there to be hateful to anybody that supports Karen Reed, okay? I'm not going out there to fight with these people. I've been there before. I never fought with them before, right? I don't plan on going out there to cause trouble with these people. We're just going there to support.
FBI Black SUV says because we deal with men. That's true. Amen.
Yeah, that might make you crazy.
That's exactly what it is.
I ain't saying it ain't. I ain't saying
That's
it ain't.
exactly what it is.
Dudes can drive you crazy, right? Dudes can drive you crazy. But we're going to be there to support John O'Keefe's family. We think that's the right thing to do. Like I said, if Karen Reed is found innocent, more power to Karen Reed, right? But at this point, this family has lost their loved one. They need the support of the community. So we're going to be there to support this family. You won't hear us screaming free Karen Reed or anything like that. So that's not happening. If they have some Kool-Aid, I may drink some. I like Kool-Aid, but it's going to take a lot of Kool-Aid to brainwash me. I can tell you that now. Unless they got some $100 bills in it, then I'd be like, "Oh, Karen Reed, innocent." I'm playing. I can't be bought like that, right? And you got to.
Said you could.
I was kidding. It was a joke. I mix it with comedy. I mix this shit with comedy. Now, if I wanted the clicks and views off of it, of course, I'd be out here screaming Karen Reed's innocent, right? You know, there's thousands of people that watch these people because they scream Karen Reed's innocent. And that's why so many people are screaming she's innocent. It's because it brings them profit. It brings them clicks. It brings them views, right? They want the money. And I get it. You got to pay your light bill. You got to eat too, right? I mean, I get why people do what they do. And some of her biggest supporters are in it for money grab. Now, there's generally some good people out there that are not. Like, you got Rita. I think Rita's a great spokesperson for Karen Reed. Gets out there.
She really believed in that cause. Like,
she
that was
believed in her and was fighting tooth and nail for it. And they kind of shit on Rita, right?
They just didn't invite her.
Yeah.
And it was rumored that she wasn't one of the wealthier people to be able to come to a charity benefit dinner where Karen was collecting money.
Yeah, but they bring in baby gas.
Yeah, who doesn't have a pot to piss in.
He can't even afford a shirt that fits him.
Yeah, right.
Okay, he can't even afford real clothing. Okay, he dresses like you know what I'm saying? Like, good Lord, dude, you ain't 15. Okay, you dress like an adult man. But I'm just saying, you send him. What is he? He don't have. But because he's pushed their narrative,
he's got a public
and
audience.
He believes that, like, that's helped, right? But it's the same. It's the same people that it's 10% of what watches Turtle Boy. Basically, watches that guy, right? So is that helping her? But I think her true supporters are the ones that don't have YouTube channels, the ones that are out there in the cold, right? Holding them signs. They ain't on YouTube. Them are the people that are keeping you not in jail right now.
And that detective said, send him a small hoodie.
Send him the small hoodie. He's the winner of the small hoodie, okay? We're going to send him one that fits. We'll make sure he's taken care of.
I'm pretty sure he needs an extra large.
He sobered up. He was sober today, you know, and here's the thing is Karen Reed needs better spokespeople.
She does.
Right?
But then again, she's the same like the other people in the other cases. They pick their people that they are happily comfortable with, and you are who you're associating yourself with.
Let's open up the phone lines and we'll tap in. Y'all can tap in on the Karen Reed stuff. If you believe she's innocent, don't be scared to call us. We're not going to be mean to you.
I like a good debate.
Yeah, we like to discuss these things. That's really what we enjoy.
I mean, I wish he would have answered some of my questions. I wanted to see what the answers were. Like, I didn't come on the argument to argue like that. I actually was asking him questions at first. And I asked if I could ask him a question.
The platform, just like I said, is open to Chris and Katie. It's open to who are their leaders, their generals. Let's see, Turtle Boy, Tom, CPU. Who else is one of their generals? The Melanie Little lady.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Little.
lawyer. This platform is more than open for you guys to come up here and discuss the Karen Reed stuff. Now, if you are a super Karen Reed simp, I'm going to go a little hard on you, a little. Now, if you just a viewer and a caller, I'll take it easy. When you got a YouTube page, I'm going to go a little harder on you. Dolly.
Hi, Dolly. It's Kelly from Mass.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi. Hi, PJ.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going.
All right.
But I wanted to touch on two things.
Okay.
So, first, Sebastian Rogers, right?
Uh-huh.
So, my thing is I don't trust any of the parents, right?
Okay.
Because here's the thing: even if he's 15, right? When he went missing.
Yeah, 16 now.
That's learned behavior. Okay, whatever he has been taught, that's learned behavior, right? Okay, so like the whole sexual thing and all that, I don't want to get too much into that, but you know what I'm saying? It's learned behavior, right? So I just feel that if there is something nefarious with that, that's learned behavior, right? So maybe, I don't want to get, I don't know how to put this, but maybe the stepdad or the dad, I don't know, right? But something's not right if that's what the case is with the whole, like, you know, I don't want to, you know what I mean? So basically, I just feel, I truly feel that if that is the case and he did something nefarious, it is learned behavior, right?
Yeah.
Now, with Karen Reed, she's effing guilty.
Say absolutely guilty.
And you're from Massachusetts?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm from Boston, Mass. But I've spent some time in Canton. We go camping there and all of that. So I do know a lot about, and I call you guys a lot, but I just, with the Karen Reed thing, oh no, she's definitely very guilty. Only because, like, when, like, she's sitting there in the courtroom and she's smiling and like, oh, nope, I got this. You know what I mean? Like, with the whole lawyers and all this, like, you're not exempt. You know what I mean? Like, you're not. Like, you're in the court of law. You know what I mean? And I think she doesn't realize that in her head, that she's going on trial again.
I don't think she can help herself.
Yeah, how she looks back at Hank, and every time he says something she don't like, she makes a face and looks back at him and like.
Yep, she's like ratchet. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I think she's so crazy that she can't help herself.
She can't help it, and that's why I think she couldn't help it when she reversed backwards. That her anger just took over, and she just emotionally just reversed. I don't necessarily she knew that he was back there, but I really think she just can't. It's like just instant reaction from her,
and she has some crazy eyes.
Right.
But see, you can't say that. When you said that the last couple times, they said she's got MS, and you're picking on her.
Oh Lord. I know crazy eyes when I see crazy eyes.
If she had MS, they would have, that would have been brought up in the courtroom many times.
Yeah, well, the Crohn's disease, brain tumor.
She thought she had a brain tumor at first, yeah.
Yeah, there's been all kinds of stuff.
She's got a colostomy bag.
No, I definitely heard the brain and all of that, but I'm just mean like the details of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like her doctors would be there, like, you know, that like diagnosed her with MS, like all of that would be there.
Yeah.
So I just, and the only, with Karen Reed, I just, you know, I feel like she made a mistake. She didn't mean to do it. And now she's like, I don't mean she didn't mean to do it in like the way of like, she probably got drunk. They both were drunk. They were fighting, and she ran over him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, it's not that difficult.
I don't know if she did it on purpose or not, but she did.
That's what I mean. But either way, she did it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Either way, she did it, and I like I've been following both cases, and I just, it's like the only one channel that I follow to truly believe how like it really happened is following you guys, because I agree, right? And I love that you guys disagree on certain things, because you know what? No two people think alike.
No,
right?
I mean, we agree on a lot of things, but there's some things we don't agree on.
That's what I mean. Oh no, that's what I mean. Like, no two people think alike. Like, you have callers calling in and disagreeing with you, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by that. So, and I just, she's definitely guilty. She's either gonna, if I were her, I would have pled guilty originally, and she would have probably got like 4 to 6 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let out. That's I
yeah,
think
before she got charged with the murder too.
Yeah.
She had manslaughter
Right.
at first, and she
Yeah.
probably could have already been done
Right.
with her time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She'd
And
be
now
out.
she
out.
just
Yeah.
wants to
Now,
take it to the
can't-
hoop.
This new documentary is going to be so good with the little Easter eggs they've dropped on the little clips they've shown. She's about to be really completely dug in. Like she basically tells it as it is, and she says it's going to be her testimony so she can be heard. And I'm like, girl, you don't even know how accurate that statement is, because they're going to use everything she says against her. She basically says and tells everybody how the first couple of days she was under the impression that it was this horrible mistake, and she was told, how did they? I'm terrible at rephrasing, but it's almost like they said how Yannetti told her that she wouldn't be liable if she accidentally hit him, and that it was a horrific accident. And I just can't.
I did hear that. Like she wouldn't be liable.
She felt
liable
she
if it wasn't
struck something.
terrible accident. But the thing is, even with that, like no matter what, you're liable.
Yeah.
Like you chose to get drunk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's my whole thing. Like this whole time, you chose to get drunk. So did he, but he didn't choose to get run over.
Yeah. And
You
he left him there. And then she
Well,
left him there,
exactly.
and then she literally
And
there's no conversation from that point on until she starts calling him 10, 20 minutes later. There's no like, hey, you left me outside. Hey, asshole, I'm still outside. Like, it's just like the normal things that should be there if her story was even remotely accurate are just not there. And these people are just so convinced she's just so great. She didn't do it. Okay.
And I'm from Mass. I totally agree with you guys. It's just unbelievable that people from Mass are literally, because like I'm from Boston, Mass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right now I'm in a family shelter in Danvers, Mass with my son. Okay. And the thing is like we're close to where they are, right? And you can see the signs up when you drive along the way. Like you can see free Karen Reed. Like
Wow.
it's just crazy. Like
That is crazy.
Okay, she's free. So what do you mean free Karen Reed?
Yeah, right.
She's free. I mean, like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? That makes me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Alone of itself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my son's 8, and he's like,
well,
what's Karen Reed? Because all I'm doing is true crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just told him that it was a girl that killed the cop.
Well, they're going to need those signs after this trial, because then it'll really be free Karen Reed.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. I'm like, I literally had to this is how I found out about this case through you guys and my son's father. Like I came to the family shelter and I seen a sign and it said free Karen Reed, and I was like, what is that? Why does that say that? You know? And then I watched you guys about Sebastian Rogers. So then you started talking about that, and my son's father told me about it a little bit too. So I was like, oh my God. So I started looking into it. She's guilty. No matter what, she's guilty. Even if it's a lesser charge, she is guilty. She did it. No matter what. I mean, like, come on. There's evidence saying that he got run over. It's like, come on. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm so glad to talk to you guys tonight.
All
Thank you so much for talking to me.
You be good. Have a good night.
You do.
Bye.
Peace.
Truth Seeker's in here saying, I don't understand why you don't listen to the testimonies from ARCA and the doctors. That's what's unbelievable. They weren't injuries from a car accident. Is there a comprehension problem?
Well, when you pay them to say what you want them to say, there is. And the doctor wasn't even an expert. You see how stupid the tank made that doctor look?
Nobody on the stand ever said John did not get hit. Like it's like they were playing word salad. I never heard anyone confirm.
Let's jump into this video.
Let's jump into this
video. If Truth Seeker wants to call in, she's more than welcome to call in, but we're
ahead.
not going to debate the chat, right?
I know. I just wanted to.
All right, let's jump to this video.
Okay.
All right, let's blow this up.
I just got a sneak preview of Body in the Snow about the Karen Reed case, and I think she was framed. I think I was wrong all along. I can't believe I didn't see this before. I mean, it's as plain as day. When they ask her, did you hit John with our car? She can barely contain her smile. I mean, I think that's a normal reaction. You know, you're on trial for murder and someone asks you if you hit your boyfriend with your car. I mean, obviously that's funny.
There was zero chance John was hit by a vehicle.
I just don't know how everyone just doesn't see this. Like, obviously, she's innocent.
I hate answering it because I feel like I'm being so scrutinized. Like, did she blink 3 times or twice? And did she like smirk or look to the right or down and up and left and whatever? And like, it just feels so fake, even though it's true. I rather like explain everything else and like, I did not hit John with my car. Like, I can't make it sincere enough.
And it's just funny that, you know, she even has to be on trial for murder. And it's funny that there is literally a mountain of evidence, more evidence than we've seen in any murder case probably ever, because there's a digital footprint. Her car itself literally recorded the killing in binary DNA. There's witnesses. You know, she lied about ever being at that house, but there was like 7 people that saw her car parked out there right by where the body eventually would be found. She's calling people in the morning. He got hit by a plow. I think he's dead before finding the body. And then she runs right over to the mound of snow that he's in and digs him out, much to everybody else's surprise. So, I mean, I think a lot of things are just a coincidence, but obviously she didn't do it. She's just over here acting like she's a contestant on The Price is Right, all smiles, glowing even, when asked if she killed him, because she's clearly innocent.
Okay. I had to agree with him.
Almost millennial.
Like, how could you sit there and laugh and smile when you got a dead boyfriend? Or like, I mean, she's a little bit right in the fact that people are going to judge you and look at what you do, but you wouldn't care if people were looking at you if you were genuine. You would be crying and upset and brokenhearted.
She never seemed like she was crying ever.
Or upset.
No.
So, I mean, we'll see how this all goes down, and we'll see who's right in just a few weeks, right? Because me and PJ will be there, and we froze on the screen. Okay, I think it's I think it's lagging just a little bit.
It's lagging a little.
So let me close this. Maybe just fix some of the lag. Yeah, I think it was whatever we had open was causing us to lag a little bit. We'll see in just a little bit who was right and who was wrong in this, right? And I think the evidence is going to be overwhelming. The majority of the jurors had found her guilty
on one of the charges and supposedly not on the other 2. So, I mean, I don't know. That juror got tampered with, and then now he's saying other stuff.
But the majority of the jurors were against her, So,
for the one charge. I think it was the manslaughter is what they found her guilty on. The other 2, they're claiming they didn't come to, or
that's what that dude's claiming.
It's just right.
But the word on the street was she was almost done in the first one, and the second one I think is going to be a lot quicker.
They know what they did wrong, so they have all the stuff in order now.
Yes.
And Hank the Tank doesn't seem like he doesn't seem like he's got ADHD like Larry did.
I will be out there at my Kool-Aid stand, okay, selling Hank the Tank shirt. So if you want a Hank the Tank shirt, make sure you stop by and see me. All right. I will have them available.
He's being serious.
In all sizes. Okay. It's funny, you gotta tell people I'm dead serious.
He's being dead serious.
I will have Hank the Tank shirts. I will have you a nice glass of blue Kool-Aid, and you can come.
I thought they were going to be able to pick. We were going to have red and blue.
Well, we're
hoping pick.
We're gonna have pink and blue. Okay, we're gonna have pink and blue Kool-Aid. You're able to pick which cup you want. Okay. And we don't care if you're a free Karen Reed person, you can come over, say hello to us, sit down, chop it up with us, and get you a nice pink cup of Kool-Aid, or you can get you a blue cup. Okay. And get you a Hank the Tank shirt, maybe We Rock with John O'Keefe, whatever we got available.
Justice for JJ.
Yeah, justice for Mr. O'Keefe and his family. So we sure some people are going to dislike us when we're out there, but we're not here to make, everybody happy. We're just here to support the family. Now, if you're mad at us because we're supporting a family of a fallen officer, you really
Sagey's definitely not joking.
Need to check your priorities. I'm not joking. I'm bringing my Kool-Aid stand with me. We were going to fly, but we're going to drive in so I can bring my Kool-Aid stand with me. Okay. If we fly, I can't bring the Kool-Aid stand. So we're going full driving to Boston, and we will be there in a few weeks, and you will get to see the Dolly Kool-Aid stand, the big Justice for John O'Keefe banners that we're going to have made, and all that, right?
Good night, Tracy J.
We're going to be in full support. You can believe that. And it's going to be unique. It's something you probably won't want to miss, I would think. We're going to bring the entertainment to it. So, and like I said, I'm going to try to get into the courtroom.
Even though it's not a funny topic. It's not supposed to be entertaining.
No, the outside of it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah, because they have clowns. Last time they had people ordering pizza to the freaking parking lot.
Yes, that is what I'm talking about as far as the entertainment aspect of it. And I'm sure you'll get to see us sit down and chop it up with some Karen Reed supporters, debate anybody that can act like an adult, right? If you can act like an adult, you know what I'm saying? I'll have a table like the one guy that says, I think Karen Reed is guilty. Change my mind.
That's a good idea.
Right? And you can come sit with me and you can try to change my mind about Karen Reed being guilty. Last time I was there, me and Tom sat down and talked.
Oh, I know.
He believed that Karen Reed was innocent. He said this was his theory, that the police were selling steroids to the football team, and John O'Keefe knew, so they killed him.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, we know that April 1st is jury picking.
Yeah, April 1st.
It's not when we're coming.
Yeah, we're not going to be there for jury selection, but we will be there once the trial gets going a little bit. Me and PJ will be there, and I'm dead serious. We will have Hank the Tank shirts, probably some stuff to give away for John O'Keefe, and we will have some Kool-Aid. We're not even charging for the Kool-Aid. It's absolutely free. You can come out and get you some Kool-Aid. We got pink for the Karen Reed supporters. We got blue for the John O'Keefe supporters. Okay. So come get you some Dolly Kool-Aid. Have a good time. Come visit me. Right. You don't spit on me. All right. Because then I'm going to jail.
That's gross.
And if you never know, people are crazy. Look,
where did that even
from?
come
You can say mean things because people are nutty. You can say mean things to me. I won't get all mad. You do something crazy like spit on me or anything like that, and you can just believe and bet all the money in your pocket.
If you spit on me, you better going to jail. Run.
Okay? You keep your bodily fluids to yourself while I'm out there. You can say whatever you feel that you need to say to me. You're fine. You spit on me or put your hands on me, anything like that, then it's a whole different ball game. It was going to go down. Okay? And I can tell you this. You won't do it but once, okay? Once. And that's it. You're going to regret it from the moment you do it. You're going to regret it. I can promise you that. But if you're a civil person and, you can sit down and hold a normal adult conversation, you're more than welcome to come speaking to me. Yes, spitting on it is assault. That's what I'm saying. You don't put your hands on me and keep your bodily fluids to yourself, and you good to go with me. In fact, myself, I wouldn't do that to people. You know what I'm saying? Even though some of these people out here I find to be disgusting. I'm not going here to fight with people. I'm not going here to assault people, any of those things. So I expect to be treated like I treat people. Anything other than that has a different outcome. So thank you for everybody that's been supporting our Gibson Go. Is it pinned at the top?
No.
Oh, okay. It's not.
I thought you pinned it, but no.
Okay. Well, maybe I didn't pin it, but that is the way that we go out and we're able to financially cover these cases is our give, send, go. So it helps us, on trips, on hotels, food, things like that. So we can be there to support these families, also go out and search for people. But that is the way we finance all the trips and things that we do here on YouTube. It's crowdfunded. So thank you guys for everybody that makes these things possible for us, that donate to that stuff. So because of you guys, we are able to cover these things live. We'll be covering the Karen Reed stuff live. We'll be covering Stephen Stearns down in Florida.
Wait, Big Bird said they're going to need 3 weeks to choose jury. What?
It didn't take that long last time.
No.
What did they do it in, like 3-4 days?
I think it was about a week, but
yeah,
I don't know.
That's what I'm banking on, a week to select the jury.
Yeah.
And we're going to be covering Cool Whip. Thank you so much, Cool Whip. And if my mods could post a Gibson Go link, would be awesome. But that's how we're able to do this. We're going to be Karen Reed. We're definitely going to be at the Bryan Kohberger stuff. We're definitely going to be at Stephen Stearns in Florida. So definitely, we got a busy year this year as far as true crime goes. Okay. Enough of the Karen Reed. Let's jump into, I can open the phone line for the Karen Reed for a minute. If you want to talk Karen Reed, the phone lines are still open. But what about
the prediction because of media on the last trial? Prediction by who? Where did that come from? I need to look at that.
Okay, what about this 911 call?
Some people are saying it's fake.
A lot of people are saying, I've seen it's fake, but I haven't seen it being incredible, like a big channel. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? Who's this? Where you calling from?
This is Bobby from Hodgenville.
From Rogersville. What's up, Bobby?
No, from Hodgenville. Hey,
Hodgensville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what makes you think Karen Reed is so guilty?
I would think, the drinking and driving.
Just read off 50.
And but Dolly.
Like in her clothing, in the clothing of John Okeefe might have something to do with it. Hello?
Oh, no.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, my phone cuts in and out.
Okay.
It's getting bad.
I thought you want full baby gap on me.
Hey, I agree with you 100%. She guilty after all the messages and calling. Wanting to lawyer up. I was just imitating that guy from.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought I was about to say you're doing a damn good job.
He asked you that 8 times. Remember?
Hey, I think he had too much Kool-Aid.
Yeah, he had that was that spike Kool-Aid. He said he was drinking wine. I wonder, that must have been some good damn wine he was drinking.
That was some spicy wine.
Yeah, that's that spicy wine. I think that's that whiskey wine.
Hey, I was going to tell you, to answer his question, like not saying somebody, hey, the line of work that I did.
Mm-hmm. You did work on the phone lines, that's for sure.
Hey, I drove by and there would be a car off in the ditch, and I wouldn't even see it until I came back. So it wouldn't matter if it had been 1 or 2 inches of snow or 2 feet of snow. When you're not expecting somebody to be in that position, you're not going to see them at all.
Nah, I walked right by my neighbor. He had been shot. Mm-hmm. I walked right by him,
And another thing, Katie, if you notice in that interview, they could not even look at the woman doing that interview with him.
I know that
you look at Chris, you could tell Chris is sitting there thinking, I wish we could get the hell out of here.
I wish he got that look like I wish this would over with and people would leave it alone. But
yeah, but it could all be over.
Okay, he went mute again. He went mute. Yeah, I don't know what you said because your phone cut off, but I'm just gonna go, yeah.
But no, I'm sorry. what I was saying was, if they didn't do anything to him, just say that you didn't do anything, or if he knows what happened, just come out and say it's not that hard.
Well, I think if you did something bad to somebody, most people ain't gonna come out and say I did it. Okay, I think they don't want to go to jail.
And I hate to say this, really, but you look at Katie. Susan Smith showed more tears than what Katie showed, and her kids grounded in the pond when she took their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
You
seen
know, I hate
people
to say
fake it.
that.
I've seen people fake it and cry more, but
she sat there and said, my babies, please, whoever took them, please bring them back. Knowing she did the whole time, she showed more compassion than what Katie is.
Yeah. Like Leilani threw her baby in the dumpster and she was out there crying.
Yeah.
So,
but I believe myself. I believe that something happened in that house, or they took him somewhere.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. We just don't know. I wish they would come out and say more and be more forthcoming. And it's on them. The ball's in their court because everything's slowing down. If they don't do anything at this point, it seems like they don't want the kid found.
Yeah, I feel bad, especially for Seth, but like you said, he needs to get himself away from all of them people that he's surrounded by.
Amen to that. I mean, he's loaded himself with some terribly bad people in his corner, and them people are just leeching off of him. And the bad thing about Seth is I truly believe he really thinks these people are his friends, and and they're not.
And you know something, Dolly, I've been around people that's been in jail. And
you went mute again. Baby gap impersonation.
Being close and your enemy's closer. Well, sometimes the criminals are a little bit more honest than a lot of people that, like you and me, that roam the street.
Yeah, I mean, usually the people that are the worst are the ones that don't get caught.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's those people that made those mistakes and learned from those mistakes. They're like, I don't want to go back to this.
Yeah,
trust me, I've seen some of the food that the inmates get, and it's not the greatest. Yeah. I don't know why anybody would want to go back.
Yeah, nobody.
Dolly, I'm gonna get off here, brother. And y'all take care of you.
You be good.
Y'all stay blessed.
All right, peace. Okay, so our last story tonight, of course.
I can't even hang. I don't know if I can last.
Okay, we're going to be quick.
We're going to be quick.
We're going over this 911 call. A lot of people believe that this 911 call is fake. Okay.
I don't know about a lot of people. I mean, they showed it on several channels that are
bigger channels are running this as it's legit. And even News Nation said they verified the call.
Like, how do you make this up? I don't understand.
I don't know how you make it up.
And who would make it up?
They said a dude named Steve G or something made it up.
Kaylee's daddy, Steve Goncalves.
They just said Steve G. I don't know. They said a YouTube channel.
I think they're talking about one of the victims' father.
I mean, I don't know. I
think that's what they're talking about.
I take it as it's real. So y'all ready to listen to the 911 call? You guys can let me know what you guys think. Is it real or is it? I think it's real. Absolutely real. I mean, I've seen News Nation running with it. I've seen all the other credible channels running with it. And we get some people nobody's ever heard of saying it's fake. How do we know that what you're saying is true?
I don't know.
All right, let's play it.
42, 2nd, November 13, 2022. 911 location of your emergency.
Hi, something is happening. Something happened in our house. We don't know what.
What is the address of the emergency?
1122.
What is the rest of the address?
Oh, Kings Road.
Okay. And is that a house or an apartment?
It's a house.
Can you repeat the address to make sure that I have it right?
I'll talk to you guys. We live at the White, so we're next to them.
I need someone to repeat the address for verification.
The address, 1122 King Road.
And what's the phone number that you're calling from?
What? 373180.
Tell me exactly what's going on.
One of the roommates is passed out, and she was drunk last night, and she's not waking up.
Okay.
Oh, and they saw some man in their house last night. Yeah. Hi,
And are you with the patient? Okay, I need someone to keep the phone, stop passing it around.
Can I just tell you what happened pretty much?
What is going on currently? Is someone passed out right now?
I don't really know, but pretty much at 4 a.m.
Okay, I need to know what's going on right now if someone is passed out. Can you find that out?
Yeah, I'll come. Come on, we gotta go check. But we have to. Is she passed out?
Why ain't they saying that about me then?
She's not waking up.
Okay, one moment. I'm getting help started that way.
Okay, thank you.
She's like hyperventilating right here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and how old is she?
She's 20.
20, you said?
Yes, 20. Here, 20.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, I need someone to stop passing the phone around because I've talked to 4 different people.
Okay, sorry, they just gave me the phone.
Is she breathing?
Hello?
This 911 operator's a bitch, ain't she? I mean, good Lord.
Is she breathing?
No.
Okay.
Bethany, I need you to keep talking to them, okay? I can't talk to them. I need you to talk to them.
Hello?
Okay. I have already sent the ambulance and law enforcement. Stay on the line. If there is a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
Say that again? There's a police here right now.
Okay. If there is a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
We don't have I think yes. Do you have a defibrillator? Yes, we have one.
Are you talking to the officer?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let you go since he's there with you and can help you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay.
11:59 a.m. 49 seconds, November 13, 2022.
Okay. There you have it. That is the full 911 call. And like I said, yeah, the operator wasn't very compassionate. If you would have gave us,
needed the information.
She just needed the basic information, but she was about to tell him about the person in the house, and she was like, "What's happening now?"
Yeah, because the girl is dead. She's trying to get the information for the current right this moment. The girl is freaking
Well, it
not
ain't
breathing.
gonna make them alive.
I
by
know,
being
but
a bad person like that, not being compassionate.
I mean, I don't think that's her job is to get the information. I don't agree at all with that.
Your job is to control calm the situation.
No, it's to get the information.
But she had the information. She had the address and what was going on with the unconscious person. The rest of it was just her being like, what does it matter if somebody else is on the phone?
Because she's not able to get the full story. They're being passed around, and she's got to tell the dispatch. She's got to tell the officers and everybody what's going on and relay what she's getting from the person. It's hard to get the story from the person.
Once you have an unconscious person, she said paramedics and paramedics on the way. At that point,
no, the dispatcher's got a list of things they have to follow. Once you get an unconscious person, you have to try to see if they have a pulse. You have to get the defibrillator out. There's certain protocols they have to go to step by step, and then go from there. But she wasn't able to get there because they're passing the phone around. At that point in the conversation, the dispatch should have had the girl at the body trying to freaking see if there was a pulse. If not, she would have started CPR. they're just passing the phone around. I mean, it's not about not being passionate. The dispatcher's not there to be friends with the person calling and be kind. She's there to gather everything she needs and to offer the help, which is the CPR.
Yeah, I mean, you can do all that and have some compassion.
I
mean,
guess.
for people, you see they're panicking. If you can get them to not to panic, they can tell you what's going on. Okay?
I guess.
Like,
we're not going to agree, but I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. But there's people out here stating that phone call is fake. It don't sound fake to me. And if somebody is out there faking things like this, shame on them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't know what they actually sound like.
I know they've released it on Live Nation, News
Nation put it out. I mean, they're a credible source of information. So usually,
I mean, it could sometimes be wrong.
Yeah, they could be wrong too. I mean,
right.
I've seen Nancy be wrong. I've seen Vinny be wrong. I've seen people be wrong out here, but
yeah,
I think it's legit. You know, I think it's legit.
And then in the background, I think it's fascinating. In the background, you can hear the neighbor, the boy. I think it was Hunter. It's almost like the door was closed and they had to go in.
Yeah, I don't think somebody said JLR, but I don't think that's credible source of. You know, I don't count JLR as that. I count like major news networks.
Yeah, because they have a standing to go by. Like they'll get sued if they say something wrong.
JR's he's just a YouTuber. I'm saying somebody above YouTube level. Nothing against JLR. I mean, but I need to see somebody with
credentials. That are
actual media. Okay, not just wears a media badge like Bullhorn Betty. Okay, I need some real fucking media telling me this is legit before, you know, I can be 100 on it. Right? Because I've seen people out here saying it was fake, but then again, the people saying it was fake didn't have any credentials. So I got to go with what I believe. And at this point, you know, there's a lot of people are saying this is legit. It sounds legit. Wow. I mean, you would think they would see the blood, that they would see blood everywhere.
It sounded to me, and that's what I was starting to say. Like you could hear in the background, the male was calling Xana, Ethan, Xana, Ethan, Xana, Xana, and then it's almost like, from what I gathered, I think maybe the door was closed and they had to go into the room, and then you could kind of hear the male's shock. He tells them all to get out, and that's when the caller, which I think it might have been Dylan, was hyperventilating. And then the other male comes in and tells them that she's not breathing. So I'm not really sure, but it's almost like as if maybe only one person went into the room and seen the scene. But if she's face down, maybe there's a sign of blood. I don't know. It just sounds, there's so much to the call right there. You can interpret it in a couple different ways.
Okay, Grizzly, True Crime, Plunder, a lot of them have confirmed.
Okay.
That's a little better. That's better sources, I think, right there. And plus News Nation has been running it. So I would go with, you know, it is most likely it's legit. And we knew that the phone had originally been passed around in the beginning too, you know, in the situation of the call. So, I mean, it goes into, you know, we on standby for the Bryan Kohberger trial, and I will be out there for that live. So y'all get to see Dolly out there, and it looks like I'm going back to Idaho again. All right. It's been a couple years, 3 years that I've been out there to Idaho, 3 years. So, you know, this summer, be looking for Dolly in Idaho. Next month, we will be in Canton, Massachusetts, covering the Karen Reed trial. And then in September, I'll be in Florida. If PJ can get time off work, she'll be with me in Florida for Stephen Stearns, the Maddie Soto stuff. So we got a lot of big stuff coming for you guys this year. So thank you guys for everybody's been liking the videos, supporting the show, and all that good stuff, keeping us alive. Okay, thank you guys. So look, we're gonna get ready to get out of here. It's been awesome hanging out with you guys tonight. Thank you to everybody that liked, shared, and commented. And remember, we're giving away another small hoodie if you can pick the number in the comment box. I got it written down right there. Remember that number, PJ? Okay. And the first person to put it in our comment, and I'll give you all a clue. What did I say the clue was? Between 200 and 400? It's between 200 and 400. Leave it in the comment box. Don't put it in chat, guys. Right? when this video is done, in the comment box down below, guess that number and you can win a small hoodie.
Carrie A said, I think they must have had like blackout blinds. I don't know what that's in
you
regards to.
You
but
would
that was her
think
super
when
chat.
they said Xana wouldn't wake up, they would see Ethan laying there dead on the floor.
Yeah.
But they didn't. That don't make a lot of sense because Ethan was dead right there beside her. Why are they trying to get Xana up but not Ethan?
Yeah, I don't.
You would see, and he's been stabbed. They've been stabbed multiple times. Why would you not
There's
see
supposed to be
that?
blood everywhere. I don't know.
I still see people putting the stuff in the side chat. Don't put it in the side chat. It's in the comment box down below after the video ends. 200 to 400. Whoever hits the number gets a free Dolly small hoodie. So if you ain't small, don't, unless you're trying to get it for somebody that wears a small. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Turtle Island, and I may be up here live tomorrow during the day. I don't know. It all depends on what we got going on. But until then, guys, y'all be good. And remember this, if nobody else loves you, Dolly does. Peace.